What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my sorry, it's stuck in my head now.
I was gonna lead
nothing
into
else
that.
to say.
No,
That was the only thing that was gonna come out of my mouth in that moment.
I was gonna lead into that, and I was like, no, wait for the topic. But
it's literally I could not think of one other thing to say in that moment
besides gonna take
Old Town Road. Yeah.
Now, gone are the days of playing music on this show, but let me tell you, the added element of being able to play music on this show was something special. Now newer listeners that maybe have never experienced that, not to make you feel sad about what you may have missed,
I know,
but the times in which we were able to play music were times
incredible,
like any other.
In between topics, Noah would play songs. They would match the transitions to the topics.
It was beautiful.
It was
poetic.
It was really curated exceptionally. And, those big record labels said no more.
Yep, they came
in. No more using all this music for free, which,
fair.
Checks out.
It didn't feel legal when we were doing it.
And I mean, that's across the board, like on social media too. Like they're like, oh no, like you can't have advertisements and everything like in your show and just like use music.
Right. It's a big no-no.
But boy was it fun. Especially when we were live on Sirius, it was like, well, then you could play music,
Yeah.
And that was great. Like full listening parties for new albums.
Right.
That was always the best because it would be Friday and a new album would come out. And there'd be nothing else going on, and we'd be like, "Let's play the whole fucking album."
Right. We became disc jockeys.
Yeah,
it was like
amazing. You know what we could do for this Friday's episode? Play the entire Selena Gomez Rare album and rate every song.
Right, it's like
we did that
when Fine Line came out too.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that was when Bieber messaged you when we were listening to his album.
We were listening to Justin Bieber's album when that happened. All right, starting off at the top, we're going right into Golden, ladies and gentlemen.
Seriously. Yeah. Oh, that was
those
fun.
were the days. But how are you doing today?
Great. Feeling good. It's a good week.
Yeah.
Watched some movies, hung out. Really, it's been nice. January's been slow. It's been nice. Really haven't had any plans. Like, nothing's better than having Joe text me and be like, what are our plans this weekend? I'm like, whatever we fucking want them to be.
So true.
We haven't had set stuff. So that's been really nice. Week's been good. I will say I've had I'll talk about it more on Monday too, but 2 nights in a row of just watching something that made me cry. One was The Wild Robot, and the other was the Avicii documentary.
You got around to it?
Guys, The Wild Robot, like, who made that? Like, you're telling me children watch that movie? And, like, I guess they just, like, moms watch that movie with their children and they don't just sob uncontrollably.
Sad.
Like, if I was sobbing uncontrollably, I'm not a mom. If I was a mom, I think, oh my God, my kid would be looking up at me like, Mom, what's wrong with you?
Help.
Like, I watched with Joe. Joe was like, are you okay? I was sobbing, like heaving sobbing.
Would you recommend?
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Beautiful
it's
film.
a beautiful
Where did you
film.
watch it on?
Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Rent it.
Good.
Oh my God, a beautiful film. Like now, like if I'm so mad it didn't win at the Golden Globes. I hope it wins at the Oscars.
Well, this is good to know because I also have a weekend of doing nothing lined up, or just little like I have errands.
If you need a good cry, that's the movie for you.
Wild Robot.
Yes, and. A good week, low key. I mean, it's been ice fucking cold all week, so it's been terrifying to like go outside. You got your water back.
I got my hot water back.
Hey.
Everybody rejoice and sing.
Rejoice and be glad.
And be glad and sing to the high heavens that I have water again, hot water. Which,
amazing.
Ooh, that first shower.
Yep.
That first shower was freaking dandy.
Yep.
It was hard to get out. To literally pull me out of the shower.
Amazing.
It was so good.
Me and G are going to the NFC Championship game on Sunday.
Big game.
Whoop, whoop. I'm really whooping it up today.
Sisters tackling football.
Yep. Between the tackles with G and Fran.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can I produce?
Two thorns. Yeah. Ferns. Why do I say thorns?
Between two ferns.
Yeah, very excited. Game's on Sunday. Super nervous because nothing's worse than getting down there and then you gotta take the train back home if it's
no, it'll be good.
Way.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes, you're excited.
Yep. Order new gloves.
Good, you'll be warm.
I mean, it's going to be 40 degrees. I'm like, and that might as well be summer.
It's going to be hot.
Like, it's,
Compared to right
it's
now.
Been 8 degrees here, so.
No, it's going to be lovely.
Like, I was like, do I even need to bundle up? I'm used to sub 10 degrees at this point. Like,
no,
it'll be 40 in the low 40s is balmy.
Yeah, the excitement's going to run through your bones. You're going to be fired up. It's going to be amazing.
How about all the snow they got down south? Did you see
in Florida?
Yeah, like a lot of snow.
I did see that.
6 inches plus in some places.
In Florida?
Yes.
Yeah, like
and you want to know why
in
I
the
saw
Panhandle.
Because of Boston Rob, he posted his daughters in the snow. He said, "I can't believe I'm out doing press and there's snow in Florida." And I thought,
New Orleans
to myself,
got snow.
"Oh, how bad he came to do, he came to do our show." And I mean, he did others, but
right. He had to.
He had a press tour.
Yeah.
And he had missed making snow angels with his angels.
Him and Parvati did. They were bartenders
They
together.
were.
On Marshall Evans Live.
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah, that was. I've just been seeing all these videos of people like freaking out in the snow.
Yeah,
people like getting their skis out.
Yeah,
I'm going to go down the streets in New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm going to Florida in a little over a week, and I hope the snow's not there.
There's no snow there.
Yeah,
it was like snow in the Panhandle.
Right, not the same area.
Yeah. But no, I'm very excited for Sunday. It should be.
I'm excited. I'm excited to root for you.
Thanks.
And let me tell you, I've been telling everybody I'm rooting for you.
Thanks. What weekend plans do you guys have?
I have zero plans.
So nice?
Honestly, it's really nice for this weekend and the weekend after, because honestly, after that, everything starts speeding up again. Everything, wedding season's around the corner, bachelorette around the corner. So I'm just getting my shit together this weekend. We have a couple of, like I said, errands to run. My bridal shower stuff, I got to organize all that still. The gifts that came, I got to organize that. So really just going to take it easy this weekend. Maybe
I'll pull out my waffle bowl maker this weekend.
Fuck yeah. See, there's so many options. Maybe,
I know.
But maybe we'll pop into the city, grab dinner. Yeah. Maybe we'll grab brunch, whatever. Really, it's wide open.
Wide open.
My plan right now, like what I'm focused on is the Bachelorette, which is in about a month. Bachelorette party. I
think people probably thought you were talking about the show for a second.
Yeah. Oh, no. No, my bachelorette party.
Her bachelorette party.
My bachelorette party is in about a month, and I'm just like locked in. Last night I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so much fun. What are we getting here? What are we going to do there? Da, 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 da. My sister's writing out the itinerary, all this shit. We're going on a boat called the Pink Taco with the stripper pole. Like I'm just... I'm in it now.
On the boat.
Yeah, well, I had my sister check with you because there were like a couple different options.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, just ask for Ann.
Yeah.
Because,
No, that was the right choice.
Yeah. Because it's fun. It's like pink and fun. And disco balls and stripper pole and whatever.
I didn't even know that was like a thing you could do there.
Go on a boat at the lake there.
Lake life.
Yeah. Lake living.
It's going to be. No, it's going to be so
I'm in the process of trying to order a bouncy house castle. So
oh my goodness,
we'll see how that ends up. But
you call up the company. They're like, how many children can we expect in your party? Oh, it's like 14 grown women.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just safer that way. I did find a sick one. It's like it's a castle.
Yeah.
It has 2 slides. It's pink and purple.
Oh. I love it.
And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to fit in the backyard, so I contacted the host.
Yeah.
And they advertised bouncy house.
There are pictures
in the slideshow of the house. And so I contacted them and I was like, hey, like, can I rent a bouncy house, whatever? And they were like, oh, here's the website we use. They're so much fun. You should totally get one. But they sent me the options and they were all like very boyish, like dinosaur bouncy castle, like rocket ship bouncy castle.
Why is there like something about men like renting a house and getting a bouncy castle like way worse than us doing it?
I also I'm like, who's renting these bouncy castles while they're renting this nice house for like bachelor parties or whatever?
Maybe it's family trips,
could be.
Family,
but there's
family trips. They got a lot of kids.
There's a pirate ship. There's a space rocket. There's a transformer dump truck.
No, we need a princess castle.
No, I know. And so I was like, listen, none of these are going to do. So I found this sick princess castle with like 2 slides. Look at that. Come on.
Oh,
that's
amazing.
Awesome.
Yep, love it.
But then I texted it to the person and I was like, will this fit in the yard? And I haven't heard back. But me and my sister, we were mapping it out. We're like, we think it's going to fit. Might as well just order it.
It's worth taking the risk.
And if it doesn't fit, then whatever.
Yeah, that was. I had a couple bouncy castles at some birthday parties back in the day.
You did?
Yeah.
See, I've never had one, so I'm like,
Yeah.
this is me fulfilling
And
all the things I didn't
like,
have.
going through the websites with my parents to like pick the one I wanted for my birthday was just like the most fun thing ever.
Oh, I'm so
because you always
jealous.
want the one that's like the obstacle course.
Yeah, right.
Like-
I was looking, I was like, if we
Yeah.
want to really amp this up,
Yeah.
we can get an obstacle
Yeah.
course, but I'm keeping it slides.
I had some of what I thought were like my first flirtatious moments in a bouncy castle.
Really?
Yeah, I thought a boy was flirting with me because he just like kept like fucking knocking me out.
He probably was. That
Pushing
is-
me over.
That is flirting with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He was flirting
We
with
were
you.
like older though. It wasn't like we were in second grade. We were
But-
probably in like sixth.
He was still flirting
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
totally.
For sure.
Totally.
In the bouncy castle.
Yep.
That's where it all began.
Exactly.
Well, I'm jealous that you had them growing up, but hopefully we can get one for this party.
You should.
I
It'd be
have
so much fun.
I have hope in that. So we'll see. I'm very excited right around the corner. But yeah, no plans for this weekend. Noah, how about you?
I have big plans.
Yeah, big plans.
Big
Dog
dog show. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a
This
big
weekend
day. It's a
at
big
the
day of the
Javits
year.
Center.
It's like a holiday for
It's
my
funny.
family.
It feels like it
Yeah.
actually feels like we are running ads for the dog show.
No,
the
I'm
amount
not.
of times we've talked about the dog.
And where am I?
I was just
And
like, I was like, all weekend at the Javits Center.
Yeah, and I queued it up like
Tickets still available.
Noah, any plans for you this weekend?
Yeah. No, I'm seeing Andrew Santino on Saturday night.
Nice.
He's
Wow,
like my
so you're
favorite,
going to
favorite comic.
dog show's on Sunday, right?
No, Saturday.
Saturday. Oh, so
Long
dog
day.
show then
Big
Andrew
day.
Santino?
Yeah, and my mom's coming with me to the comedy show, so
Nice.
should
Oh, it's a mommy and me day.
my whole family's going to the dog show, and then I kind of forced my hand.
That was one of the first times we've got like an audible laugh
Maddie
out of
laughed
Maddie in the
hard at
corner,
that.
saying no, it's a
Anytime-
mommy and me day.
Anytime we make fun of Noah with like having to do with his mom or something, it gets a loud
Good crowd
laugh out of
reaction.
Maddie.
No, that's
You don't like your mom, Maddie?
no. It's that.
Oh
I
my God,
just-
she loves her mom.
She loves her mom. That was that'll be a lovely day.
That'll
Yeah,
be
it will
lovely.
be.
Eminem
Yep.
instead of Eminem.
Oh,
Mommy and
Mom and Noah.
yeah, I get it. No, it should be fun. She's gonna help me put I got a new rug. Got to put under my bed. I need a little help there. So
Nice.
yeah, should be good.
Mommy coming to the rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, these
thank
jokes,
God she's coming to help with the road.
these jokes would fly off the tongue easier if, like, I didn't love your mom, but I love your
she's the
mom.
best.
Your mom
Yeah.
is so fucking cool that it like.
But we can still make fun of him.
Right, we're making fun of him, but let me tell you, Noah's mom is the coolest.
Yeah.
Like, she's so cool. So it's really just a.
But
Shot
she's
at
also
Noah.
like totally because she would also like if we called her and we were like, hey, we really need help with our rug in our apartment. She'd be like, I'll be there.
But she'll also make fun of Noah too.
Totally.
Oh, she's definitely
most.
enjoying this.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like when
Yeah.
Noah showed up with Doritos, she was like, "Who? Like I should have done better here."
Yeah.
So that'll be so fun though.
There are a lot of times
Maybe
where
I'll go to the dog show on
you
Saturday.
should,
I don't
honestly.
have any plans.
Honestly, if you don't have why don't you go? Like if you don't have
Yeah.
plans, like why wouldn't you go? Like
That's true.
If you have nothing to do,
Nah,
why,
it really-
why
Why
you go
aren't
to the
you
dog
at the dog show?
It really
Do you
sounds
hate
like-
dogs?
Right back to the dog show ad.
but they have like drinks like you could get beers and stuff and like walk around. Like
I kind of feel like Noah goes to the dog show for his Instagram.
To be honest, I may see if Joe wants to go to the dog show.
Because you're going to end up with a dog after.
Yeah, well, you can't leave with a dog.
No, I know, but you're going to be like, we have to get a
No,
dog.
yeah.
it does get high
It would help
engagement
my
on your
kids.
Instagram. Like
I think Noah goes for the Instagram
the
story.
first year that I posted something, I was like, whoa.
I actually get very
These
excited.
dogs.
Every year I get excited for your stories.
Yeah, I
about
mean,
the dogs.
it's how could you not like? It's great.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like dogs?
Yeah. People who
Only
are scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
People we don't want to
So
know.
yeah, everyone
No.
tune in Saturday afternoon for my Instagram story.
At Noah Ives on Instagram.
It is appointment scrolling.
For
Yeah.
sure. I'll make sure
Appointment scrolling.
I'm locked in on my couch scrolling Noah's Instagram. All right, let's get into the rest of the show. I'm in a very
Topics. Sing song mood.
I am, and I'm just trying to like hold it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know that I don't have a great voice, and I know that it's not easy on the ears and all those things. But when you're in a sing-songy mood,
Yeah, it just
it's
comes
hard
out.
to not just fucking fly your chest around and sing up in the air. But not gonna happen.
No,
Not
gonna happen.
gonna.
You know what I realized that I finally pinpointed, and I came to this conclusion myself, But at the same time, once I thought it, then I saw other people saying it. So maybe it's not an original thought by me, But Curtis on Love Island Australia talks, Love Island All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
He talks like Austin Powers. And I was really trying to so there's an episode, and I don't know if it's on, at this point, maybe it'll be on Peacock. The UK is 2 days ahead of Peacock. So it's it's not crazy, but it's 2 days. Curtis goes on a date outside the villa. And the way he's like, come kiss me, baby. And I'm like, oh my God. I've never, finally it clicked in my mind that I was like, he kind of sounds like Austin Powers.
That is spot on.
And he always is throwing out a baby and a darling.
Right.
Oh, darling.
It's groovy, baby.
Yeah. It's actually very,
wow, that
really thought that. I know. And then I saw TikTok about it and I was like, God, do I ever come up with something on my own?
Nobody really ever has an original thought.
Yeah,
if you think about it, when you're scrolling, you're like,
I really thought I was making a mass discovery, and I said in my head, I was like, oh, I can't wait to say this on the podcast.
Right.
And then a video from the date came up on my TikTok, and one of the comments was like, Curtis really is Austin Powers, and I was like, fuck.
You're like, they got me. They got it before I did.
Yep, they did. But
Austin Powers was English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just making sure I had that correct. I was a big Austin Powers person.
Groovy. Yep.
Growing up. Groovy, baby. Groovy, baby. All right, let's get
into Wasn't he?
Yeah. Now I feel like...
What else would he be? Scottish?
No, I
feel like Michael Myers also just has, his own accent.
It's its own individual thing, but he is... Austin Powers
he was a hard-partying
English.
British spy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe that's why I love London so much, because I grew up watching Austin Powers.
Maybe that's
it's
where
fat
it really,
bastard.
really started in your soul. Okay, now we can get to
but I will say
the
though,
character of Powers represents an archetype of 1960s swinging London.
Oh, there you go.
I will say Mike Myers, what a talented guy to be able to play all those roles, though. You know what I mean?
From Austin Powers to Shrek.
No, I mean in Austin Powers.
Oh,
he
I thought
plays,
you just meant in his career.
No, but he plays.
He plays everyone.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Evil. He plays Fat Bastard. He plays.
Doesn't he play? No, he doesn't play.
Very dynamic guy. He can do all. He can do it all. Lots of different accents, voices.
Do you remember Vern Troyer?
Oh, he does play Mini-Me.
Well, R.I.P. Vern Troyer. No, Vern Troyer played Mini-Me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But he passed away, right?
I believe
Recently,
so,
I think.
yes.
Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
April 21st, 2018.
He played Goldmember, Austin, Fat Bastard, Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
That's talent.
Austin Powers really...
And it was unfortunate that he had the same name as the killer. Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get that confused as a kid.
Yeah. That's fair.
Did you ever watch any of those movies?
No. I very much know the premise, but I'm not a big I went through a phase of watching horror movies, but those classic ones never really watched. I went through the phase when Paranormal Activity was coming out and everyone was dying to go see scary movies. Between that and The Conjuring,
Haunting of Connecticut.
And there was a few years there where I was banking some horror movies, and that's fallen off.
It was the thing to do to rent one with your friends.
Yeah,
a sleepover.
Did you do Cloverfield when that came out?
No,
loved
that
Cloverfield.
was a huge you were cool if you watched
big
Cloverfield.
Mariano family movie. Cloverfield. My dad fucking loved Cloverfield.
Really?
Yes.
Did you watch the second one?
Yeah,
it's actually a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's all it's handheld. It's supposed to be that you found this footage. It's handheld, the whole thing.
Oh.
Yep.
And it's
well, that's kind of like how
Yep.
Paranormal Activity was, right? Where it was footage of the house or whatever.
Monster and everything,
Yeah.
Yep.
Cloverfield's a good movie.
Cloverfield's a good movie.
Isn't there are there notable actors in that, or am I making that up in the first one?
I don't think so.
Oh, Lizzie Kaplan, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And T.J. Miller. Wow, I forgot.
Oh, I forgot T.J. Miller's in it.
Yeah.
Is that the guy from Silicon Valley?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes,
What?
right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What do you think he got on Rotten
Saw him
Tomatoes?
on a plane not too long ago. Remember I said that?
Wasn't it from the Super Bowl last year?
No. No, because that was 2 years ago. But it was somewhere last year. I forget where it was. We were going somewhere, or I was coming home from something.
Right.
I once saw him in Washington Square Park giving his girlfriend a piggyback ride. And then I watched him go to his apartment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very bizarre. Okay, well, moving on.
Anybody got another story?
Yeah. Maybe you'll watch Cloverfield this weekend.
It's actually a good story. Like, what do you mean? You just, like, yeah.
I was just like, wait, is that TJ Miller with that girl on his shoulders?
Giving her a piggyback ride? All right, let's get into the rest of the show. We got Oscar nominations. We got footage. Footage has been released from It Ends With Us between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Ali Lewber announced breakup from James Kennedy, and sad post from Trey Cyrus talking about Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
We have a great game of trivia, and we have a fantastic interview with Teddy Swims, who is so delightful, so talented.
Loved him.
And so funny. Guys, please give it a listen because we had such a blast with Teddy.
We did.
Wish he could have hung out all day and sang to us all day, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But he did sing just a little bit.
There's a little snippet of singing in there.
There's a little snippet of singing in there, so we got very lucky with that. All right, let's get into the rest of the show.
We love getting out to live events, whether it's a concert, a football game, or a comedy show, and we always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time. Now with their brand new Game Time Picks features, they're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. This has been my week, guys, looking at those Eagles tickets. If you're like me and you're on Game Time and you're searching through the Eagles seats, you're looking for tickets, you can turn on the Game Time Picks feature. It says GT Picks, so you can just pull up your chosen event and turn on the GT Picks settings at the top of the screen. Browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. So whether it's a football game, a concert, your favorite artist is coming into town, you want to jump on those tickets last minute, check out Game Time. So what are you waiting for, guys? I've said it, but I'm headed to Philadelphia for the Eagles game. Tickets from Game Time. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.
The Oscar nominations have been revealed. Oscar season is now approaching us, and there are some shocks, some disappointments, and some things to say.
No, the Academy should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah. The Academy should be ashamed of themselves.
Shame on you, Academy.
Emilia Perez is the leading movie. The most nominations, 13.
It tied the record,
Noms, right? Setting a record for a non-English language film. That surpasses the previous record holders, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Roma, which each earned 10. Following Emilia Perez were The Brutalist and Wicked, which tied with 10 noms apiece. A Complete Unknown and Conclave followed with 8 mentions each. I just really cannot get behind any praise for Emilia Perez.
And you are somebody who likes a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
You usually like shitty stuff.
It has to be bad really bad for Fran to say that it's bad.
Totally.
So that is why, that is why I take your opinion on this so wholeheartedly, because you usually can see somebody hates something, you're like, you could find it wasn't as bad as they're making it sound. This is just straight up so bad.
No, it really is. And look, I would not have been surprised if Zoe had been nominated, Carla had been nominated. They both are both nominated. But best director, he stunk. Mm-hmm. And not only did they get one song in for original song, they got 2. The music is horrendous.
They literally took out the live performances at the Oscars this year, people think, just so that they didn't have to play them.
They announced that the Oscars won't be doing performances of the original songs. this year
to avoid
because there's 2 terrible songs.
But also then the Wicked won't happen now.
No,
right?
But there's no way, like Wicked doesn't qualify for original song.
Oh, so would they still maybe perform?
No.
Ariana?
No.
But if it's not an original song, they could just perform.
I mean, sure they could perform, but it's not. None of the music is like original score. They got nominated
think that
for.
They still could perform. Like it's nominated for everything. Like the movie.
Yeah, perhaps,
around, like,
but it's like normally that's how we got I'm Just Ken. Is like they do the they do the
yeah.
They
Whenever
do songs.
I get fake outraged about something like that, it reminds me, and I always think of it literally every time. The Fountain of Troy. Don't you say it. the fountain. All right, everybody say it. Yep. Fountain of. No.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It is.
It's for Domino.
It's for Domino. I gotta fucking watch that movie.
What was the line in the car? He's like, "Oh yeah, soundtrack to my life."
Chumbawamba. Soundtrack to my life. That I think is one of the most quotable movies. For me personally, ever.
Oh, 100%.
No.
What do you think that got on Rotten Tomatoes?
6?
20.
25.
Yeah.
25. You know what's funnier than 24? 25. No, he doesn't know that because he didn't watch SpongeBob.
No, he doesn't get it.
Because his parents didn't let him grow
up.
I
actually do think that's not true. I'm pretty
He
sure
just didn't think it was funny.
His parents didn't let him watch SpongeBob.
I was just too highbrow for SpongeBob.
Yeah. Yep. Classic.
Lame-o.
Yeah.
And Lame-o was his name.
Biggest goofy goober of them all.
Yeah.
Anyway, El Mal and Mi Camino were both nominated for Amelia Perez. 2 songs. And by far, like, the music is one of the worst parts of the movie. Like, the music isn't even good is the problem of doing a musical. You're doing a musical, make the music good. Music's not good.
Yeah, I've seen the clips of, like, some of the songs. Obviously, the one that
everybody plays the
penis
the
and vagina,
like
song. That one.
Yep, that's the clip that really everyone, and that for sure highlights the worst part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't have that in a movie and it's nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Like that scene alone should disqualify it.
I don't know what these people are smoking. Truly, the movie is just like. I don't know it's like one person decided that the movie was going to be nominated for everything, and they're like it's like they have to do it now. It's like they're like, oh well, they said it was good,
let me
so
tell
now
you,
we have to say it's good.
If Amelia Perez wins over Wicked, Fran, we got to do something. We got to. And what we'll do is
it's the thing is
we'll sit here and we'll complain about it on the podcast.
The thing is,
with stern voices,
there's no possible way it cannot. The only what sucks is. Zoe Saldana could win it over Ariana Grande, which, like, no knock on Zoe. I think she's fantastic. And she puts up a pretty good performance for a bad movie. Mm-hmm. But,
like, maybe her acting comes, and by the way, I didn't see it, so this is just a guess. But maybe her acting comes across, and Zoe Saldana is fantastic, like you said. But maybe her acting comes across so much better because the movie's so bad. Yeah, like, so she's like the standout performance because the movie itself is so bad that it's like, well, she's great.
I know. So, we'll go through some of these. Best Picture was Enora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. I saw a lot of people were very surprised the Substance did get nominated for Best Picture along with Demi Moore. So good. Very happy for her. I thought she was fantastic in the movie, despite, whatever people feel about that movie. I mean, The Substance, way better movie than Amelia Perez, in my mind. And completely different genres, but like...
This is the first year where I feel like I haven't seen a lot of the movies that are nominated.
I've actually been doing a pretty good job trying to watch some of these. I did watch Conclave this week as well. I still haven't seen A Complete Unknown, but I'm waiting for it to. I'm waiting to be able to watch it on the privacy of my own home.
Should we, as a show, make it our mission to watch majority of these movies and really come in with a highbrow expectations of the Oscars?
We end as movie critics.
Like we
were joking yesterday. Like we give our own like Chicks in the Office awards, and it's like you just pick your 10 because your 10 best movies.
I mean,
would
across
be
the board, I'm just giving every award to Wicked. So like, how exciting is that going to be?
I guess.
No, but not even just like that, but like, should we watch these movies and be really critical about them going into the Oscars?
Hey, we can.
Let's assign ourselves homework. We got to watch these films and we got to come in.
When are the Oscars? They're
March.
I've seen one.
March 2nd.
Yeah, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 10 Best Pictures.
I've only seen 3.
I got to put in work.
Here's the thing. Like, I think The Brutalist is the favorite to win this, and I have like no interest in watching The Brutalist solely because it's apparently like it's allegedly so long, and there is some controversy with The Brutalist because apparently they used AI to help with some of the accents with Adrian Brody and
excuse me?
Yeah. I know Felicity Jones I think is in it too. Yeah.
Something about Adrian Brody rubs me the wrong way. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Fuck
I don't know what Adrian Brody ever did to you, bro.
But I just recently saw a TikTok. Have you ever seen the him and Halle Berry moment at some award show years and years ago? He won an award and went up on stage and made out with her, but she didn't know that was gonna happen.
Oh.
And I think after seeing that, I'm like, he's a weird guy.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
I don't know much about Adrian Brody at all. I did laugh really hard the last time I said this on the podcast. A girl messaged me and was like, how don't you know who Adrian Brody is? Your favorite show's Entourage. And I was like, that's Adrian Grenier.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That also not to be confused with Adam Brody.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody, he got the shit end of the stick with his name.
Yeah.
Because he's very confusing.
I know. And The Brutalist, so what was said is that to help with really push it over the edge with the Hungarian accent is they went in with some AI because the Hungarian accent is extremely, extremely hard to fully master.
That's
and so they wanted it to sound as accurate as it possibly could. But that has opened this whole conversation of does Adrian Brody deserve to win an award for playing in a Hungarian where they had to AI the voice to be a perfect accent?
No, he doesn't.
But then I feel that gets into a bigger conversation of because people have done CGI to people's faces before.
Yeah.
And it's
right, but I don't know. AI on the accent.
Selena Gomez is probably why didn't they do that for me?
Selena Gomez is you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Wait. I find that to be crazy. Do you guys not find that to be crazy?
No, it is. I thought,
bullshit. He should definitely not be.
I don't even think he should
That's steroids in sports.
Take him out of here. He's juicing. Get Brody out of here.
No. He's suspended for 5 years from making movies.
Listen, Will Smith wasn't even suspended that night from the Oscars.
Yeah.
After he slapped Chris Rock.
They gave him a standing ovation.
He won and he got a standing ovation. So there's really no rules at the Oscars.
No, but it would be funny if you could be banned from making movies. He gets a ban for juicing.
What, you really have something against Adrian Brody?
No, not even
really Adrian.
Oh my!
To be fair to Adrian Brody, it's not really his fault that the movie stepped in and was
anyone who juices
the movie anyone who juices. It's not his fault. The movie stepped in and was your accent's not that great. We got to add AI to it.
Yeah.
Well, or it is his fault because he didn't get the accent.
Well, they should have told him before they added AI.
So the director of The Brutalist defended his lead actor's performances, saying that they were completely their own. The film won 3 Golden Globes earlier this month. In a statement shared with Deadline, he said, Adrian and Felicity's performances are completely their own. They had worked for months with a dialect coach to perfect their accents, but that technology provided by the company Respeecher had been used, quote, in Hungarian language dialogue editing only. Based in Ukraine, Respeecher says it offers filmmakers a chance to, quote, experience the future of voice cloning with their cutting-edge AI solutions. Brady said it had been used specifically to refine certain vowels and letters for accuracy. No English language was changed. It was described as a manual process carried out by our sound team and Respeecher in post-production. So obviously they're defending the use of this as well. Wait, but I also didn't realize that this says that, meanwhile, the same AI company appears to have worked on another film getting plenty of Oscars buzz.
Please
they ratted
Amelia Perez.
What?
The company congratulated the film's cast and creatives on their Facebook page after they won 4 Golden Globes earlier this month. They wrote, "At Reese Beecher, we're proud to have been credited in this incredible production, which continues to spark important conversations and push creative boundaries." They did not specify what part they had played in the production. But in an interview with the Cannes Film Festival in May, the film's re-recording mixer spoke about using AI software to increase the vocal range of one of the film's stars. They used it on Carla.
Wow.
Yeah. Holt said the singing voice of Camille, a French pop star who co-wrote the film. Oh my God, why am I like changing my vowels?
You got
who
this.
Who co-wrote the film's score? Yeah, was blended into Carla's to increase their upper range.
Now I'm going to step in with a little bit of defense here. I'm going to step in with just a tad bit of defense and hear me out. They did mix Zac Efron and Drew Seeley's voice together for High School Musical.
That's different.
No, you're so right. But, unfortunately, Zac was not nominated for an Oscar for his performance in High School Musical.
But if he was.
Yeah. But if he was, he would have deserved the win.
And he should have been.
At least High School Musical 2.
Yeah. He would have deserved the win.
He would have deserved the win still.
No, I don't know. Something about helping with singing bothers me less. But at the same time, like, it's not like English. Like,
I love how
we
can find anything to defend Zac Efron.
No. Well, that's for Amelia Perez too. If Carla they did it for the singing parts.
You throw her a bone. Yeah. No, but I think honestly though, to go back to it, if it was while he was speaking Hungarian, I'm not as opposed to that. I'm not as opposed if it's.
You should have to say that you did that though.
If he's while he's speaking English but has a Hungarian accent and it's him, cool.
Yeah.
But if he's speaking Hungarian and like had a little bit of help, they want to make sure the Hungarian's correct because look at what happened with Selena Gomez.
No, it's
where they told her she wasn't speaking correctly.
Yep.
So I'm maybe not so against it anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The more we come around, the more it's used.
But I just
the AI in general.
Let everyone
the possibilities are endless, right? Because then it's like, oh well, then you could cast anyone for any role. It's
a domino.
But should be very interesting. Okay, directing.
That one's a flippy floppy for me.
Jacques, the Amelia Perez director, got nominated.
Wait, so your vote is Wicked? Is that?
Oh, I mean.
I
also
picture.
really like there's a lot of these I have to see.
But
I feel like The Brutalist is the fit. Like I haven't seen The Brutalist. That's probably going to be the one that wins.
But like
I loved Denora.
Isn't The Brutalist like 4 hours?
Yes.
I see that now. I can't.
I believe I think The Brutalist is like 3.5 hours.
That is actually something I can't get on board.
There was like an intermission in the movie theater if you wanted to see it.
No, I can't do that.
Wait, really? There's an intermission?
I know when the director got up there, that's why he made the speech that like it's the director's cut, whatever, because they wanted him to make it shorter, and he was like, no, it has to be 3.5 hours long. I truly can't get on board with 3.5 hour movie.
3 hours and 35 minutes is the full runtime.
I say out of the ones I've seen, Nora is my pick, but I've only seen 3 out of 10. So
I don't know. I'll watch it. It's going to take multiple days, I think, to watch it at that point. But
I don't like a movie that I have to watch in multiple parts.
You saw Dune Part 2, right?
I loved it. Dune Part 2, really I think he got screwed. Dennis. He didn't get nominated for director. Sean Baker, Honora, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist, Coralie Fargo for The Substance, and James Mangold for A Complete Unknown. And then actor in a leading role, Adrian Brody, The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. Kind of a sneaky one in there, throwing in Sebastian Stan. I did not see The Apprentice, but it was it wasn't seen by a lot of people because not a lot of U.S. distributors wanted to distribute the movie. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Timothy's my pick.
Yeah. I haven't. Did you see Complete Unknown? You did. You liked it.
Yeah, no, he was incredible.
I forgot. You said his performance was
I think it should be a lock. But
side note, I am pumped to see him host and musical guest on SNL this weekend.
I'm pumped as well.
I think that's going to be awesome.
I love when Timothy Chalamet is on SNL.
I really love when he's doing anything these days.
Yeah, you know what? I fucking love Timothée Chalamet.
Do you think I could see them bringing back Pete Davidson for that skit that they did?
Yeah, that would be. They should.
That would be good. Yeah.
Actress in a leading role: Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carlos Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison and Nora, Demi Moore, The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Pumped for Demi Moore. I think like it was not fully expected because there were some that people thought, like Kate Winslet, Nicole Kidman, actresses that the Academy has normally nominated, and they were nominated for Golden Globes too, would have been in here too. So that's, people really, I think, were impressed by what she did in that movie. Actor in a supporting role: Yura Borisov for Nora, Kieran Culkin in Real Plain, Edward Norton in Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. So they got two, Jeremy Strong and Sebastian Stan, both for The Apprentice. Actress in a supporting role.
I wonder what Jeremy Strong's going to show up wearing.
I mean, it's the Oscars. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, if he shows up in a velour bucket hat again, we got a problem.
If he loses to Kieran again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's possible.
Very.
Actress in a supporting role: Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande, Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. I thought what Ariana Grande wrote on Instagram was so sweet. She's so excited. Like the old, young pictures of herself.
Is she the favorite?
What an honor
for that category.
I actually don't know. I don't know what the odds are if you want to look them up now that they're all out. As far as like people can bet on these things and stuff. They do make lines for it. I would say she's probably not. And I feel like Zoe Saldana probably is.
That would be crazy.
I don't know. I'm just expecting to sit there and watch Amelia Perez win everything and just be like, what the fuck?
Demi Moore is, that's Best Actress, but she's the favorite. Best Supporting Actress odds: Zoe Saldana's at a 90%. They have it probability.
Oh,
damn!
My God.
What? And Ariana Grande's at 16.
Damn. It's just atrocious. It's just not a good movie. Okay. Writing: adapted screenplay, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nicole Boyce, Sing Sing, and the original screenplay, Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. Animated feature film: Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot, which...
Rooting for The Wild Robot?
I loved Inside Out 2 as well, but The Wild Robot, I haven't had a animated movie just rip me apart like that since maybe Up, or even the original, the first Inside Out would make me cry. But this, it's a really great movie. And then you go into a lot of the more technical categories: cinematography, costume design, where Wicked was in as well. Gladiator 2 came in for costume design, but nothing else for Gladiator 2, which is totally. But I'm sure disappointment for Ridley Scott after.
I'm sure he was not surprised.
Yeah. I think there was a couple other subs. People thought maybe Pamela Anderson would get nominated. Here's what even pisses me off more: the Miley Cyrus song from The Last Showgirl should have been nominated over either of these Amelia Perez songs, or the Maren Morris song from The Wild Robot, which now anytime I hear, I'm probably gonna burst into tears. Yeah. Because of the part of the movie it's in, and that's. Neither of the.
I feel like I have homework. I feel like I have homework to do this weekend, and it's.
I actually really want you to watch Amelia Perez.
Yeah, that's number one on my list. I'm going to watch Amelia Perez. I can't promise I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I will watch some of it. Number two, I'm going to watch The Substance. I'm going to watch it. I want to see it. It seems like people really love it. It's getting a lot of praise. I mean, they're nominated for the awards. Demi Moore just won for a Golden Globe. She's nominated again. I'm going to watch The Substance, and I'm going to go into it with an open mind because I do feel like I might end up really liking it. And there's a whole, I have to watch Honora as well, which is, I know I'm going to like Honora. So that's that one's not as at the top of my list because I know I'm going to watch it and I know I'm going to like it eventually.
The guy from Honora who was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, honestly, I think he could win too.
Yeah, he was great.
He was really good.
Europe. My mom did send the Oscar nominations in our family group chat this morning and said The Substance getting nominated is wild. Most bizarre movie I've ever seen. I was like, okay, fair, but like I think for like sometimes for being a horror movie, I thought it was very good.
Sometimes I do like a bizarre movie. Yeah, though. Like I know that a lot of times I don't like
it was a good bizarre movie in my mind. There's like good bizarre, there's bad bizarre. Yeah. This was good bizarre.
And I've talked about not liking a lot of like artsy type films, whatever. But every once in a while, a movie comes out that people deem to be bizarre that I fucking love.
Yeah.
So, you know, you never know.
Yep.
I went to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in the theater 3 times. Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's the same level of bizarre or whatever.
No, it's not. I mean, that was critically
acclaimed loved movie. But people, there were some parts of that movie that were like, that was bizarre.
I did see the Rotten Tomatoes put out like the Best Picture, all the movies with their Rotten Tomatoes scores next to them, and they're all like very high except for Amelia Perez. Like that's by far the lowest at like a 76. I think they said it's like one of the lowest critically acclaimed like Best Picture nominations. Mind blowing to me. Mind blowing. I'm like, is it just because like everybody else did it that they have to do it? You know?
Yeah,
it's like everybody else.
If I were the Oscars, I would make a stand and be like, no, this fucking sucks.
Yeah. What if I watch and I'm like, I fucking love this movie?
I would honestly, it would be amazing.
No, there's if you hate it, then I'm gonna loathe it.
Yeah,
you know, like it's.
Yep, it's just not. Yeah, I mean, even if they like make the songs better, I probably would have enjoyed it more. Mm-hmm. But
that's a big part of it.
Is terrible.
Right, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, but that's all. Those are the Oscar noms.
Those are the noms.
Excited to see how that plays out.
You gonna see A Complete Unknown?
Yeah, I'm hoping it comes to streaming soon. Is it still in theaters?
Why don't you go to the theater? Go to the theater.
I haven't been to the. Smoke my cigarette.
Yeah. No, but like I actually think that
I haven't gone to the movie since Wicked.
One of the biggest factors for going to the theater is that like at least for me, I actually don't check my phone.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
So I'm like locked in. If I'm at my apartment, I'll be like distracted.
It's just so cold right now. Like,
but think about it, it might be cold. Then you're in the theater. You got popcorn.
Straight up, it's so cold that it's hard to like do anything right now.
Uber to the theater.
No, I have a car. It's like it just makes you just want to cozy up on your couch and not leave because it's just so cold. That's why I love the movies in the summer. I'm like the opposite of, you know?
Yeah. What do you think about Challengers getting snubbed in quotes?
I don't see it as a snub. I think it was a very mixed review movie.
I'm surprised it didn't get one thing for like
the movie,
anything.
The score.
I'm actually very surprised that the score wasn't nominated.
The cinematography
the score should have been nominated. That it has a great original score.
Yeah,
and they won they won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
But as for everything else, I'm not so surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I would put that in over Amelia Perez. So, but yeah.
And Challengers is one of my favorite movies of the year.
I enjoy Challengers a lot.
That's a sexy film.
This is like that. A Complete Unknown is probably going to be on Hulu at some point. But
I feel like. Do you think soon? Like it only came out a few weeks ago.
Christmas came out. Christmas.
Yeah, like a month ago. Yeah,
a month ago.
I would say in February, maybe at the end.
I don't have. Maybe I'll go see it this weekend. I don't have any plans until.
It's Monday. A good there's a lot of music. Surround.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell you guys.
Just have a Timothy Chalamet weekend. Go see.
Right.
Go
double feature.
Go see A Complete Unknown on
see
Friday.
It right before SNL.
Saturday Night Live on Saturday.
Come home right at 11:30.
Yep. Make sure I'm locked in. I wonder if Kylie will go to the Oscars. Nominated for Best Actor.
What do you take as like mom?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe he would take a.
Yeah, but maybe she
member.
would, sneak in the back.
Yeah, I'm sure they would allow her to go.
Yeah. I think they would.
You mean like as a third?
No, I mean,
just like an extra seat somewhere.
I'm just saying, it may not be next to him, but somewhere
in the theater somewhere.
Yeah.
Or maybe she'll just meet him at the Vanity Fair party after,
Yeah. It's more fun anyways.
Yeah, probably.
Dang, I'd love to go to the Oscars.
Yeah.
I feel like
all these snooty people.
The Vanity Fair
room.
party is the one that's at the top of my list.
Like the actual show though seems like it's the least fun though.
Yeah.
Right, just like being surrounded by all these snooty people the whole time.
I think the Golden Globes seem the most fun.
Yeah, the Golden Globes.
If we're talking about fun factor.
Yeah. Sure
but the Vanity Fair after party is the party that I would want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
The Grammys, you get the performances, so.
True.
Yep.
Well, we'll probably never be invited to any of them, but it would be cool to go.
No, but we can dream.
Yeah, right. All right, moving on. There was footage released from It Ends With Us. Justin Baldoni's camp released footage between the two of them. You know, the scene that Blake Lively had filed complaints on, that she felt uncomfortable with Justin Baldoni, and now they've released footage from this scene. And it don't look great for Blake Lively, because two actors, you know, acting in a scene in which they're supposed to be acting, and that's what was happening. And it's, you know, like,
I don't know. I've tried here, and I think I have, and I still don't really feel strongly towards one side or the other. Like I'm just trying to absorb the information, and I know that, like, try and go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, because everything Blake's team puts out is going to really try and change your mind about Justin. Everything Justin's team puts out is really going to try and change your mind about Blake. So I guess, quote unquote, the truth is somewhere in the middle, but it's pretty hard to decipher. Even watching this 10-minute video that they put out, it's bizarre. One, is just bizarre to watch this.
Yeah.
Like, it's bizarre to, like this is the process of when they film movies like this. Is this what everybody does?
Take everything aside from this, I actually don't think I could be an actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I watched this and I was like,
no.
Like, I was like,
and also, like, call me crazy, but I thought in a scene like this where, like, oh, they have to be, they're talking, but music is playing, so we don't actually know what they're saying, that they would have, like, fake lines that they needed to say to each other, or, like, something that would keep them in character. Well, they start talking, then they're talking about their lives. Right. And I'm like, why? Like, she's talking about her and Ryan. He's talking about his wife. I'm like, wait a second. Like, shouldn't you be fully in character?
Right. That was, I think, bizarre watching it.
That's why I'm like, there was lines blurred.
Maybe that makes it less uncomfortable.
I think
I think it makes it more uncomfortable.
I think, like watching it, I'm like, they should have just been in character the whole time. Like, they should have just been talking as Lily and
they're
Ryle.
Supposed to be in love. They should just be actors pretending that they're in love,
even though
not talking about their respective spouses.
Right. That whole part of it, I'm like, why didn't they just pretend to be Lily and Ryle in this, and, like, just talk as if they're them and not talk as if they're themselves? Because even though the words aren't going to be in it, it's like, well, fuck it, just act then. Yeah. They are, you can tell that they are in the scene and acting, though, because Justin calls cut. So it's like they were filming the scene, and then he calls cut and he's out of it. So it's like it's what they were supposed to be doing was, you know, and then the whole nose thing, she makes a comment about his nose. Ricochet shot at Jenny Slate's nose randomly in the middle of that.
I don't know if maybe because in Blake's complaint they said that the audio was not captured. So, like, maybe Blake thought they weren't recording any audio. But I mean, like,
good thing that they did.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
You know, because then, because she said that he just, like, kissed down her neck and said she smelled good, but that's not really what happened. He was saying that he was getting his beard on her, and it was kind of like an awkward moment where he was like, my beard's getting on you, and she was like, oh, my spray tan's whatever, and he was like, it smells good.
Yeah.
Because, like, she was saying, my spray tan's getting on you. I don't know. Like, it wasn't like he just kissed down her neck and said, you smell good.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's not what happened. So it is a good thing that they did have the audio, because then if they didn't, it could just look like he kissed down her neck and said, you smell good.
Yeah. It's they both tell different stories. And Blake's lawyers, like, still came out and said, like, this video does prove what we are trying to say. There are things that I feel like, because Blake omits, it just comes back to bite her in the ass a little bit, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I don't doubt that she felt uncomfortable in that moment, because there are moments where she keeps saying, like, I think it's still, like, romantic if they're just talking, like, the physical aspect doesn't really need to be there, but he was still contributing to, like, the physical aspect of it, and that I feel she was very uncomfortable about in the moment. She said that the intimacy coordinator wasn't there. I don't know what, you know, now it's like, it's just he said, she said about the whole thing. Now we're watching this happen.
Yeah.
And she does, she comes across uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. At least that's how I interpreted it. But yes, in the case of like when you're like, oh, if you read exactly what's written in the complaint, it's not like it said, you know, Miss Lively mentioned her spray tan and Mr. Baldoni said, you smell good. You know, it's there's chunks missing. So then you see this and they're talking about, she's talking about how her and Ryan can just talk for hours and hours, and he's saying him and his wife can just stare at each other.
Yeah,
and like,
I don't know why they were talking about each other's spouses during that. I think they should have been in character, but it's their
Blake
method.
Blake makes the comment about the nose, which, she is joking about. I feel like what's getting tougher with Blake is, she might be one of those people that like can't interpret a joke, but says she's saying a lot of jokes. Mm-hmm. Like for her to be like, "Oh, that was a joke," and it's like
she
it's
can
not.
Give it, but can't take it.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. It's
and
really,
in the book, in the scene, it is like Ryle, you know, is kissing her collarbone, and like he's obsessed with like her collarbone, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like. That is
she apparently never read the book.
That is, yeah, right. And that is what happens, is that he's like kissing her collarbone.
Yeah. And he calls cut at the end and then seems like kind of jumps out of it.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre, but it's like the things just keep adding up. One, I was like, I did not like watching that 10-minute video at all.
No. Yeah. I mean,
acting is crazy.
Right. Like, I just want to see the finished product. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I got from that. It's like, I don't want to see.
Don't show me how the sausage is made.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see behind the film anymore because that.
Yeah,
but it's like, you can't take away the feeling. If someone feels uncomfortable, you cannot take that away from them. If she felt uncomfortable, she felt uncomfortable. But watching it, you're just kind of like, well, they're supposed to be acting in a scene together as a couple who's like falling in love, and he's acting. You know what I mean? So it's like. Well, like, you know, like it's just,
you know what I've been seeing a lot on TikTok is people thinking that now there's like some sort of scorned lover conspiracy.
I keep seeing that too. That
running wild here.
That Blake fell in love with Justin.
Yeah.
And he didn't want her.
And it just destroyed them.
Or that Ryan saw the way that they had chemistry and he got mad, and then Blake
was like, no. Like he was the problem. And then like now this, I don't, so it's, I mean,
those are all
so much of this. Everybody is really rolling with the conspiracy theories here. But
I mean, the chemistry though, it was like, kind of seemed like the chemistry was flowing, you know, like watching this and
from what they were saying.
No, not from what they were saying, but I'm like, they're in their roles, they're acting, you know, he's acting as Ryle, and then he calls cut, and then that's it. And then it's like,
and it is, we do have to remember that he was at this point, like everyone says, oh, Blake bulldozed him, took over the movie. He is the director of the movie, and he is the one in charge, and he is the one that's in that position of power in that moment. And so that is an uncomfortable situation to be in if you're Blake and you're like, oh, I don't really think that we need, like, they can just be talking, like just talking can be romantic too. And that's just not being acknowledged. Like, it's like, oh, well, we'll try it this way. And like, I'm going to keep acting the way I want to do it. So, I mean,
going off the book though, that it like he was going like that is
no 100%. But if she's not comfortable with what, like, you know, that's and we don't know how the scene was written. We haven't seen, you know, we don't know how the script, like, it doesn't even sound like there was anything written from the way that they're just going back and forth. So, but no, it's I do think that this putting out this footage and everything is like, it does show that there are definitely missing pieces from Blake's side as well. So it probably that's why Baldoni's lawyers put it out there, right? Like, cause it's like, oh, well, here's what she said happened, and this is not what happened. Yeah. So
I will say the technique of filming while still talking like you're yourselves, I don't like that.
No,
I didn't like that. I'm like, they're literally like touching noses and canoodling while talking about their significant other. It feels like I'm like, it feels like they're cheating.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it feels like two people like cheating, which I know they're not. I'm just saying though. I'm
like them doing that to make it feel like they're not cheating. Like oh well, I have to like overcompensate and talk about my because this feels so weird to be like
maybe the whole thing was very uncomfortable.
It's just like just get it.
Just really felt like something we weren't that we shouldn't have been watching.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like it just would have maybe been a different scenario if they just would have like been their characters in that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking as their characters
for sure.
Because then like you said, then it's like. He's talking about his wife,
like,
and
why
he's
isn't
kissing her neck.
Why isn't he like, hey, honey, like, how's the flower shop going?
Right, like, how's the flower?
And they just like a little improv,
right?
Like a little, ran out of petunias today. Like, just start like,
that like this
throwing shit out there.
Right, this isn't what I envisioned as an actor. No. I envisioned them to like just be in their roles while they're filming.
Yeah. Another thing that does not help in the eye of the public is Baldoni's lawyers are like going gung-ho, right? We'll release everything. We'll put it all out there. We're putting a website. We're doing this. We're doing everything. And Blake and Ryan's legal team is trying to basically put in like a gag order to get this guy to shut up, to get Brian Friedman, who's the head of Justin's legal team. The couple's own lawyer issued a letter to the judge on January 21st seeking a gag order for Friedman. In the documents obtained, Lively's legal team alleges that, quote, virtually every day since Lively filed her civil rights complaint December 21st, Mr. Friedman has given television interviews, appeared on podcasts, issued inflammatory written statements, and leaked information, including remarkably documents as Banel's document preservation demands to third parties, to the Hollywood press and tabloid media. Further, Blake and Ryan's attorneys, who reiterated that Lively issued a cease and desist to Baldoni's Wayfarer Studios to stop their alleged online harassment campaign prior to filing her December 21st civil complaint, alleges that many of Friedman's public statements, quote, not only continued the campaign of retaliation that was the subject of Miss Lively's first cease and desist, but they contain numerous new false statements about Miss Lively and others. The request includes several examples of Friedman's communication to various media outlets, with Lively's lawyers alleging the list of 10 lengthy statements is surely incomplete, in which he calls Lively's own statements and legal proceedings unethical, shameful, and false. Elsewhere in the letter, the attorneys note that Lively submitted a cease and desist letter directly to Friedman, who is an attorney for Baldoni, as well as his Wayfarer Associates, December 23rd, for his continued statements to the press. The document further highlighted Baldoni's legal team releasing footage, which we have all been talking about, and, the plans to launch a website detailing all the correspondence and videos to squash Lively's claims. Lively's counsel argues that Friedman's ongoing public comments violate New York State rules of professional conduct regarding trial publicity. So, I don't know if that's going to really do anything or what, but... she sued, he countersued, sued again. I also saw something that said that there was, and I don't know, like the full story behind this, but it was something about how her original complaint was not out to the press yet, but it was Baldoni's team that had leaked the original complaint before the New York Times article came out, which I'm not quite sure I follow, but I saw Kelly had actually tweeted it out, a section of the complaint in the documents. And I mean, there's the legal jargon is going to lose me every time. But I would understand at this point why Blake and Ryan, but that's why I get so confused about this whole thing in the first place of like, what is, I don't know. It's
just a lot of back and forth.
It's just a lot.
And I think
it just felt like a lose-lose situation for Blake.
Yeah.
And this is going to continue. And if it does go to trial and it's like a full Amber Heard situation, like it's not good. And of course, like people are poking holes in her stories And that's, not great. But people always say, like, you experience something one way, he experiences something another way. It's like they're trying to put the video footage out there for us to like lean towards Justin's side, of course, because it's his team putting out. It's like, well, that's not what happened.
Right.
But it's like there's a little trickle of everything in there, I think.
Yeah. And also I think people need to remember and remind themselves, like, I feel like we can all relate, or at least I know I can, to being in a situation where you kind of laugh something off, even though it really did make you uncomfortable.
Totally.
But you don't.
I think every woman has had that experience.
And you don't react in that very moment. You may have laughed or you whatever.
Yeah.
But you
made a joke back because
you feel uncomfortable. Yep. But then you walk away and you go, that was weird. And you go tell someone that you're like, that was weird. Yep. And you just like kind of carry on. I feel like we can all relate to that situation. So although from what we are watching, we're going, well, Justin is doing his part as an actor and director. Yep. That's what we're seeing. That was his call. On the other side of it, people are seeing Blake Lively like laugh and giggle, and they're like, well, look, she's laughing and giggling.
Yeah.
She must have been totally not uncomfortable at all. She must have been okay with it. That doesn't mean
made a joke about his nose.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that she wasn't uncomfortable because she reacted like that in that very moment. Like, there are so many scenarios and situations where I can think of where I like laughed at something but was very uncomfortable.
You know what I also think is that it's like a weird like, it just seems from watching that video that they were so in between like themselves and their characters that maybe that got confused. Right. Like, Blake is talking about herself as like herself, but then, and I mean, so is Justin, but like maybe Justin's using those opportunities of like, oh, like you smell good to try and have more of like the romantic Ryle element in them talking. Like, I don't know. It's just
I don't know.
It's
That's why I think they should have just played. They should have just been each other's roles while filming that scene to take away.
Because I'm like, maybe in like
confusion.
His mind, it's like, it's like, oh, like Ryle would lean in and be like, you smell good. Like if she's like, oh my, that's my spray tan. He's like, oh, you smell good. Like it's like, okay, but
you're talking as Justin right now. But are you Ryle? Are you Justin? Yeah. Are you Lily? Are you Blake?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I think
bizarre.
I think it's. I totally think that maybe that contributed to it, and like maybe that's where the confusion and blurred lines came in. Where like Justin's like, no, I was acting, I was in my role, and Blake was like, well, you were talking as Justin,
talking about your wife,
and then it's like, well, but then you're also. Then on Blake's side, she's also like holding his hands and going into it, but talking about Ryan. And it's like, well, maybe you guys should have just been Lily and Ryle in these scenes.
For real. Yeah.
I
don't know. That was not guided in the right direction. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the update there.
Moving on. Allie Lewber, she put out a statement that she has split from James Kennedy, and she, did not want any legal action to be taken to him after what we heard about a domestic violence situation that happened outside of a party. They got into an argument having to do with James drinking again. And she said that she didn't want anything to be done against him, but they, are splitting up.
She said she was not physically hurt. She posted this on her story Wednesday night. She said, "Thank you all for your support and kindness. I'm happy that prosecutors decided not to file against James, as I never desired criminal charges. We had an argument outside of his home related to him drinking again. However, I was not physically hurt. I was shocked by the headlines and disheartened by how the event was portrayed. We are no longer together, but I'll always support James and wish him the best with his sobriety and healing. Thank you for understanding." So, if that is the case, hopefully she is doing okay, and that's great that if she's saying she was not physically hurt during that dispute, because the police report seemed to have a different description of the event. But I mean, James it's just a really bad relationship with alcohol, really bad, and we've seen it play out on TV, and I guess it would had still been playing out, and she was probably upset about him drinking. And they're coming from a party and got into a big fight, and I'm glad that she stepped away from this, because it's not good for them to still be together.
No, I'm proud of her for stepping away and doing what's right for her. I hope James gets the help that he needs, and that's really it. I'm just proud of her for stepping out of a situation that she knows isn't right for her. It seems like watching her that she always had a good head on her shoulders and seemed to kind of like put James in an okay place. Yeah, but clearly he slipped back, and better for her to get out get out now and help herself, and then also hopefully James can find the help that he needs, because that's unfortunate. It seemed like he was doing okay for a while, and now this is happening again. Moving on, Trace Cyrus put out a post about Billy Ray Cyrus. Now, this is just, it's just sad coming from his son.
Billy Ray Cyrus performed at the inauguration, and it was, in this nicest way possible, a shit show.
Bad.
Not great.
Bad.
He did not look great. He didn't sound great. The whole it was just you're watching a train wreck on television.
Right.
And not only did the whole world see this, but his family saw this. And Trace posted on Instagram, he said, "Since my earliest memories, all I can remember is being obsessed with you and thinking you were the coolest person ever. I wanted to be just like you. The day you adopted me was the happiest day of my life. Sadly, the man that I wanted so desperately to be just like, I barely recognize now. It seems this world has beaten you down. It's become obvious to everyone but you. You may be upset with me for posting this, but I really could care less at this point. Me and the girls have been genuinely worried about you for years, but you've pushed us all away. Noah desperately has wanted you to be a part of her life, and you haven't even been there for her. That's your baby girl. She deserves better. Somehow, just like me, she still idolizes you, though. We were all hanging on to memories of the man we once knew and hoping for the day he returns. You're not healthy, Dad, and everyone was noticing it. Just like I showed up for you at Mama's funeral when you didn't expect me to, I'm still here right now. As I write this with tears in my eyes, I hope you realize this message only comes from a place of love and also fear that the world may lose you far too soon. I love you, Dad. We haven't talked in a while, but I'm over a year and a half clean from alcohol. Guess what? I feel amazing. I don't know what you're struggling with exactly, but I think I have a pretty good idea, and I'd love to help you if you would open up and receive the help. You know how to reach me. Till that day comes, I will continue to pray for you." And it looks like maybe he tried to tag him, but he couldn't. I think maybe he's blocked or something. He couldn't get the tag in. Just absolutely knife in the gut. So sad to read that. So sad to read that they haven't really been able to communicate with him. And just the part about Noah, too, just really just wanting to have her dad and him not being there. It's just awful.
It's awful. Clearly he's not doing well. No. I mean, really just very obvious. But I feel bad for the kids, because having not only behind the scenes are they seeing their dad or hearing their dad act a certain way, then it's publicized for the world to see. And now everybody knows that he's not doing well, and people are talking about it. And they probably just want their dad back. Yeah. And at this point in time, it seems like, he's really going through it, which when you put out a public cry like that,
it's a last-ditch effort.
Right. It's just sad. There's really not much to say, but besides it's just sad to see.
No, completely.
Especially when you grow up watching Billy Ray Cyrus on Hannah Montana. We saw him in a
TV
different
dad.
We saw him in a different way than probably other people did, because we were like, oh, he's Hannah Montana's dad, whatever.
Dad, yeah.
That's the only way I knew him, is from Hannah Montana.
Yeah, but I'm saying our parents or whatever, older generation know him as Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah,
but we know it differently. So to see, it's like you said, TV dad. You really hate to see it, and
totally
feel bad for the kids, really.
Totally. And it's just, that privately it must have gotten really bad for him to now take this public,
right.
which is just an even sadder element, because who knows how long they've been. It just feels like it's been like that for a while. I mean, between everything that's been going on with him in his personal life and divorce and the relationship he had, and that ended, and that seemed like a whole bunch of legal problems and issues, and they were coming at each other, those two, and just bad, not good, bad. And to make a public post about it, you're really trying to reach him, and hopefully he takes the branch that they're putting out for him, because at the end of the day, Trace is doing as much as he can at this point. Billy Ray they can't get Billy Ray the help he clearly needs unless he is ready for it. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. That wraps up today's topics. For the first time ever, the Challenge All-Stars is coming exclusively to MTV. but this time with a major twist. 13 all-star pairs of rivals will need to work together to win together in MTV's The Challenge All-Star Rivals. I love a rival season of The Challenge. It's always good drama, but they always come together in the end. That's right, 13 of the bitterest all-star pairs of rivals in Challenge history are coming together. They're going to have to get along. They're going to have to work together to come together to compete in the challenge in this season of Challenge All-Stars. No other season has so much tension, drama, bad blood. That's why this is going to be an amazing season of reality television. So don't miss MTV's The Challenge All-Star Rivals. New season Wednesday at 8, 7 Central. You can watch on MTV. Don't miss out. I have a feeling this is going to be a fantastic season with all the drama behind it, all the blood, sweat, tears that go into it. Don't miss out. Wednesday at 8, 7 Central. Watch on MTV. All right, everyone. We are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Teddy Swims. I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 is out now. How are you feeling?
I'm great. I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We love it. We're excited. You got your Barstool hat on already.
Yeah. Like I said, it was just in the green room. Yeah. So I was like, it matches my outfit. How cute
it totally does.
You're ready to go.
So I like it.
We actually were in the same room as you recently, but we didn't say hi to you. We were at the Rare Impact Fund Gala.
Oh, no way.
We had the pleasure of watching you perform live.
Oh, what an honor to be a part of that, too, you know.
It was so cool, and honestly an honor to be a part of that and also just be there and watch you perform. Like it was magical, honestly.
She is the sweetest person. Selena Gomez is so kind. I mean, of course you hope that, but I just always heard that, and she's just really such a sweet, wholesome human being.
She is, and everything that they're doing over there is great. So we loved being a part of it too, and watching you perform and everything you said. I thought was really great as well. And I mean, it all kind of ties back in, right? Because here you are, you got part 2 of I Tried Everything But Therapy. Hopefully, they're promoting therapy.
yeah, and I have tried as well. Yeah. I think the title is kind of to initiate that conversation more, and I am currently in therapy too.
Yeah.
Just last night at 11 p.m. I had a little session, so I mean I'm so cooking. I'm cooking,
so
baby.
There you go. There you go. What led to a part 2? You put out part 1. Was part 2 always coming? I mean,
kind of like I feel like I was in such a an emotional wreck of a place, in the first one, and I was healing from a lot of things and coming out of a really tough situation, and so I think I just didn't want to leave people on that just nothing but turmoil, in the first record. So I wanted to kind of, after I've been through, therapy and had some success and healed and went to therapy, kind of come write another album based on, once you get out of that shitty situation, on the other side of that pain, there's so much love and support and success and a baby and and so
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats. You're gonna be a dad.
I am. Yeah. So I think I wanted to leave the listener on that note rather than say it does get better, and just stay with it. There is a way out of that shit, and on the other side there's love and there's so support and it gets better.
Absolutely, and listeners can 100% relate to that message. And when you're thinking of putting out part 2, do you think to yourself, I want to make this just a totally separate album? Or, how do you decide I'm going to stick with the name instead of just I'm going to go totally new album with this?
Well, I think having to do, we call the first one part 1. I think with the I kind of knew I wanted to do a part 2 because, again, I didn't want to leave them like that. Yeah. And so I think, we just ended up writing a bunch of stuff that kind of catered to where I was when we were writing this one, instead of,
part 2, I tried therapy.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. But of course you can't just say I tried therapy part 2,
right.
So I guess it's just in order for it to be a sequel, it has to be the same. Right. I mean, I guess not. Fast and the Furious did 15 different names.
There's a lot of variations.
Fast and Furious, the bad. Yeah, Furiouser. I don't know.
Most furious.
Yep. No, that's very true. But I mean, you're following your career this past, year, 18 months has just been an explosion, and you've been at it for a while and putting yourself online and doing it. What were those early days like, kind of really throwing your music out online?
I mean, I've been in, pretty sucky bands for a long time in my life too, you know. So I've always been never afraid to fail, you know. I guess I think that's been the thing, is just keep going and keep failing until, you know, nobody remembers the failures, you know. Everybody remembers the winning. So it's just you that have to get over your own failures, and if you can do that, I think there's a million times you can fail in your life. And so I never had an issue with like just putting myself out there and hoping for the best, you know, because it's never about the people that don't understand. I think it's the ones that do, you know.
Yeah.
What made you realize the talent that you had? Because you were originally into football, right? And then you kind of got into theater a little bit.
Yeah, I sucked though originally. I was not good when we first started singing, you know. I wasn't good at all. But I think when I first started, I know me and my best friend Jesse, who's still in my band and plays with me, when we started singing, we just loved it. We fell in love with it. His dad was like in bands and stuff, and we always knew that we wanted to do that, you know. But we sucked for a really long time, and then I think we just eventually got good. I think that's a beautiful part about the gift, is that it's I think the gift is not always like having the talent immediately. I think it's the urgency and the drive to like, I gotta do this. I want to do this. I want to be the best at this. Yeah. And so I still think I'm always learning and getting there. You know?
What gave you that push to start posting on YouTube? Because I feel like, you know, you hear a lot of stories about people getting their start by posting on YouTube. What gave you that initial push?
Well, weird enough, we had so June 25th of 2019 was, you know, 10 years after Michael Jackson had passed. And so I think a couple of days right before that, some website or something had put the stems of Rock With You online, and you know, I was sitting at the studio with my dear friend Lee, and I was like, let's just record it. Maybe we can upload it just to say, like, you know, I wasn't going to say happy 10 years. That's wrong. But,
yes.
you know, to celebrate his life, you know, is what I'm trying to say. And
in memoriam.
Yeah. And so we did it originally to pay homage to Mike. And then next thing you know, it just started kind of going viral. And we were like, oh, shit. Well, I guess we should just keep on doing these covers. And sure enough, it just kept, for the next, you know, 6 months or so, we just kept on going and going and going, and it kept growing, and here we are. So
that has to be such a cool feeling.
Yeah, it was cool. I remember the first, like, we woke up the next day, I think it was only like 10,000 views the first night, but we were like, oh shit, dude, we're partying, you know. Of course it sucks. It's like later on in life now, if I don't get like 10 million views on something, I'm like, you fucking wash up. You know what I mean? It sucks.
It's all over.
Yeah. It's crazy how the scale changes the more you go on. Well, now you have almost 50 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
That's so wild. I think we're looking at, was like 60 something in the world on there, something, which I think we're 65 or something like that last time we looked.
Unreal.
I got a screenshot of me being the 69th most streamed artist in the world.
You're like, I'm gonna frame that. Who was your top artist this year?
It was Bryson Tiller for me. I love Bryson Tiller, man. He's my every album of his, I know every word to every song. He's like my gym guy. You know what I mean? Like that's my guiltiest pleasure is Bryson Tiller. I love Bryson Tiller.
I was on a huge Bryson Tiller kick a couple of years ago. Man. Like really, like I remember hearing one of his songs on the radio, and I couldn't like find the name of it. I don't know why. The car I used to drive didn't have, like, you couldn't connect like aux or whatever, so I would just listen to the radio. And I remember hearing this song over and over. It might have been like Exchange or one of those. And I was like, I need to find this song. And I was just on a huge Those are great.
Well, he's so good though.
Yeah, he totally is. When you're joking before, you said, you know, when you started, you were not, so you say, not good. Do you have a moment that hit you when you're like, I might actually be kind of good now?
You know, I don't think I recall a time that was, I don't know, where I felt like, you know, the first time I felt like I was good, but I think I had, everybody hates their voice a little bit, right? Yeah. You know, so.
I don't like to listen to myself talk.
Oh, I know. This has got to be like the worst job. I'm sure it's a fun job, but I mean, you know, I could never watch like even interviews. I think I sound worse talking than because I'm like, I'm not that Southern, am I? You know? And I feel like I'm just like talk like this when I listen to myself. I'm like, God bless, man. But I think I'd learned, you know, I kept learning how to sing and learning. So to the point that I know that dynamically and like technically and I can do all the acrobatics that a singer should be able to and all the runs and stuff. And I felt like once I knew the dynamics, I can listen to myself now and say, okay, there's no way I can tell myself I suck because technically I know I'm really good, but I still have like, everybody hates the tone of their voice a little bit, you know? And so sometimes I'm like, God, well, I mean, you can't say you suck, I think I learned how to be good enough just so I couldn't tell myself and hate on myself. You know?
That's fair. I think I just watched my, I got married in September and I just watched my full wedding. Thank you. My full wedding video back. And I was like, I was like during my own vows, I was my God. I'm like, it's my wedding. I was struggling to even listen to that back. I was like, oh no.
Oh, you might be crying too. And she automatically makes you just like look at yourself like, you freaking baby. You know what
I mean? Exactly. I was like, get it together.
And you might be like, nobody wants to hear themselves sobbing. You know what I mean?
That is.
Well, congrats. That's a beautiful thing to be able to see.
Yeah, it's great. But in the moment, I was like, it's so funny. We really do. We talk so. I think it's because we talk so much and every day that when we hear ourselves, it's like, we already have to hear ourselves.
Or your own laugh too. You're
like, yeah. Well, I think you also sound different inside of your body. Than. I wonder how it is for like babies to hear their mothers inside of them. Like they probably hear the way that you do, right? And then next thing you know, they're like,
they come out, they're like, that's not
now
you.
You're thinking, you're thinking about all these things now because
it's
happening.
It sure is. It's I mean, I try to talk to that baby as much as I possibly can. Say, hey, bud.
A lot of singing.
Yeah, I try to. And she started doing this thing where she like, just the other day had posted her singing to the baby, and just singing and holding her belly. And I was like, God, that's so beautiful. I just like, made me cry. And like, you're so beautiful. She's going to be such a beautiful mother. I can't just watching how her body's changing and how on it she is, and how she's listening to it and how healthy she is. And
women are incredible.
It really is an amazing
God
thing.
is a woman.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep, for sure. Yep. And I feel like
true.
you don't realize it until it's happening close to you, right?
Yeah.
Like you're seeing it firsthand and you like you don't even realize our moms, you know what I mean? Like I came out of my mom. Like it's so like crazy to think about.
Yeah, I have like so much more like I always have, but I think I have so much more compassion for my beautiful mother now too, where I'm just like, Mama, thanks, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
You actually ripped, dude.
Right. Well, you're like, how do they do it?
Yeah,
it's so true. What was your like dynamic growing up with your family? Like, were they pushing you to kind of follow this avenue and this career?
When my dad was actually, when I was 19 and I was coming out of, I was in cosmetology school with my mom actually, weirdly enough. She always did hair growing up and she was like, you can do your own schedule if you do hair. And she's like, I'll go get my cosmetology teaching license the same time you're going so we can go to school together, And so we were in hair school together for a bit, which was cute. And my dad is actually the one that told me, he's like, son, if you want to do music, and you want to do this, like I think you should drop out of school and you should focus on that. If you don't put everything into it, it's not gonna happen, And so I just I always thank my dad for that, because I think when your child has a dream, it just don't ever underestimate the power of like what your parents can do by giving you permission. That was everything I needed from my dad to be like, go for it, son, and me say, okay, fuck it, I won't go back to school.
That's so true.
That's incredible. I mean, absolutely, because you hear so many stories like you have to stay in school, you have to go to college, you have to get this degree, but sometimes following that path can lead you to success like this.
Well, and hair is just like such a touchy thing for people. I've never really messed up too bad on somebody, but it's just this tiniest little thing can be off, and somebody might just be like, like, yeah, it's great, I love it, and then go cry in their car for hours, and it's I find that people are like more willing to have a bad tattoo that lasts forever than a shitty haircut that lasts like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
They're
now
so,
they'll go online.
It just makes everybody
that is so true. I was going to say
they'll go online and expose you now. Like they'll tell you they love it, and then they'll go online and post a video about
I can't have that kind of power over people. I just that's not for me.
Do you do your own like beard and everything?
I mean, if I got to, but I try, and I usually just let it go, honestly.
Yeah. You got your guy. Well, you mentioned tattoos. You do have a lot of them.
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, you do. When did the tattoos start for you?
I got my first one when I was 16. It was like right here on my arm. I just found a picture of it not too long ago too, and I got it covered up. It was a little cross with my last name in it, and another banner that said "Established 1992." It's so corny, and I just thought, I was like, oh, I'm tatted up. I'm 16.
Yeah. That's the classic first tattoo for a lot of guys.
Exactly. And it was
like
so
a lot of guys,
corny, dude. And so I remember, like, a couple years later, by the time I was 18, I was trying to cover it up. I was like, I think I was such a different person even by 18. So it's like, I not that I'm the guy to take tattoo advice from, but like, don't let 16-year-olds make any lifelong decision. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I think you should just be a little bit older before you make lifelong decisions. You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask, you're allowed to get tattoos at 16?
Well, you can in Florida with parents' consent, or at least you used to when I turned 16. So I remember my mom had like taken me. We were in Disney World, taking my niece out there, and so I was like, please let me get it. And I didn't have my license, so we had like FedEx overnighted my license, and she's remarried at the time, so we had different last names. So we went to like 5 different places to like try to find somebody that would do it with our last names being different. And she was such a trooper about it. And then, paid, and we're right there in Disney World, so it was like way too expensive. But my mom was like, all right, if you want it, well, so she did all this work, and then I got it covered up because it was shitty.
All the lengths she went through just for you to cover it up.
It's like
she still talks about it.
When you're 16 and you have an idea in your head, like you can't let it go. It's like you're gonna make
she
it
used
happen.
to hate that I would get face tattoos too. And then I remember the first time she finally accepted it, she was like, well, I get a doctor to put needles in my face all the time for a different reason. I'm doing my Botox and fillers all the time. So, and then she ended up, there's a little moon somewhere on my head.
Yeah, right there.
She's got a matching one now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's really cute.
What's your favorite face tattoo that you have?
Oh God, I don't know. There's so many of them. I think the first one I got, this one that says "Home at Last," I got from my granddad. He had passed away. He was a Pentecostal pastor, and one of the things my grandma said is like, he's home at last. So I had gotten this tattoo to commemorate him, because he had always told me, like, son, the calling of God is without repentance. Don't get your face tattooed, And so just to like kind of piss him off one time, it was like, as soon as he was dead, just get one in commemoration of him. Like,
this one's for you.
Like a fuck you, I love you.
Is it Squirtle on your hands?
No, it's a Bulbasaur.
Oh, Bulbasaur. Okay, I was like, I know it's I was like, it's a Pokemon that I'm
he's cute.
Very cute, very cute. I like it. I mean, I gotta ask about. That's right here. I gotta ask about the tolerance, because now it's like, do you not feel anything like getting a tattoo?
No, it gets
like you
worse.
have on your eyelids. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, it gets worse and worse. The older I get, the more like I hate getting touched with a needle. Oh, it sucks. I started this like stupid ass tattoo on my back like 4 years ago, and it's so painful that I'm still scared to go back and finish it. So I tell anybody, when they get back tattoos, just go for it and get it done. Like I know so many people with unfinished back tattoos. It's just the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
What did these feel like?
It's not so bad. It's like, it's pretty quick, but the needle has to be thin to not puncture, obviously. Right. But you do feel your eyeball like bouncing with it, which is it's irritating. You're kind of crying underneath it. But I always like. The Carter 3 is like one of my favorite albums of all time when I was coming up, and so I just, Lil Wayne had his eyelids tattooed. One of the things I first ever said when I was a kid is like, I want my eyelids tattooed. That Fear of God stuff is so sick.
That's the first thing I think of when I see any sort of eye tattoo is Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's so I had to. I was like, man, I want to be Lil Wayne.
You're almost there.
Okay, I also have to ask, because I feel like it may be a silly question, but I don't know if people will know or not, but where did the name Teddy Swims even come from?
Well, I've been Teddy for a long time in my life, and then Swims was like an acronym for someone who isn't me sometimes, which was kind of like our whole crew, and it kind of slapped together. I like to switch it up though. Sometimes when people ask, I say it's soft wiener in my shorts, or like someone who I massage sexually. I've come up with a good few of them that I can.
You're like, I got a few in the back pocket.
It depends who you're talking to.
Yeah. Sometimes I just answer like, so it's Teddy, someone who I massage sexually.
Yeah. I could see you just like pulling that out in something that's like a more serious,
very serious,
and really throwing they're really thrown off.
Like, you could have gotten us there if you just went with us and you were dead serious. Said that to us. I think we would have been like, oh, funny.
No, that's great. So you've always you've always gone by Teddy.
Yeah, because my real name's Jayton, and so I think like it really kind of started really taking off more when I was like waiting tables or when I was at church and stuff. Because I think for like old ladies too, Jayton was always like Jamie, Jason,
right,
Jayton,
right,
you know. So it was just like there's our little Teddy.
Teddy's like Teddy.
You look like a Teddy. Yeah, that's why I got it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it's just been that way forever, you know.
There you go. So then it just totally clicks. I mean, I think everybody and everybody they know in their life has heard Lose Control, and it's crazy how much it's blown up. Did that song feel special to you?
I think we knew that it was like. I remember when we first had the real first draft of it, and we knew that it was something special. I think even Julian, who produced it, my executive producer, my dearest friend, man, he was, when we were there, like we were writing at a camp for a week in Palm Springs, and I remember him hearing the beat for the first time, and he's like, I just know I got this like idea for, this is something we have to do this week. It's like I lose, and he's like some like Teddy run right here, and I think it's gonna be sick, we have to do this. And I think when we finally finished it, it was just like, oh, this is gonna change my life. Did I know it was gonna be this big? Like, hell no. I knew it was gonna break, I just didn't know it was gonna be like the second longest running top 10 of all time now, which is so nuts. Like one of the best songs ever. It's such a crazy thing to think.
I was looking at the Spotify numbers. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, it truly is such an incredible song, though. It's like one of those songs you listen to where you really feel every emotion from your voice. I think it's so incredible.
And it's stuck in your head all day. Once you hear it once, like you're like going the whole rest of your day, you're singing it, which I love.
I think the best part of it is that, I even when I watch people cover it, it's one of those songs from the very first line of the verse, that chorus is coming, and it's like, if you're not going to hit the run, like, don't bother. I think there's a similar thing to be said, like when I go to a bar or like or a restaurant or something, and somebody's doing a cover of like Tennessee whiskey, and you're like, are you gonna hit the run though? Are you gonna hit it? If not, don't bother. Help me just control. Right. I'm like, you better go for it. Just leave it alone.
We joked on this show once. My fiance, I was away for a weekend. I came home and he was like, I just have to say, when I put these sunglasses on, I feel like I could sing like Teddy Swims. Like I feel like I could sing Lose Control. And we tried to have him do it on the show, and we were like, cut. We were like, this isn't going the way that you thought. But love that you feel like you got it.
It's just a certain cool factor. Right? Like you said, you're talking about like those Teddy runs. Like it's just it's a certain automatic cool factor that I think it's right.
And now with the success of that song, right? It's so big, it exceeds all the expectations, even though it's going to be so big. Now, when you put out music, are you sort of like chasing that next one that's as or are you kind of just like letting it go, and if it's meant to happen?
Yeah, I think when you try to gear yourself to write the hit, I think you end up getting in the way of the creativity that might actually be something else in its entirety, So, but one thing I will say that I've learned is that was the first time I really had like a gut feeling in my stomach that I was like, this is going to change my life, and then watched it change my life. And so now I know how to trust that gut feeling more. And so now when I know I get a hint of that, even if we're at the first couple lines of the first verse, I'll be like, I got that feeling again. Let's chase this, and let's just keep trusting that gut. And so I think it's made me more open to, I guess, the universe in its entire, like to the little, I always call it like the little elf walking in, the little muse, and I think it's made me closer to trusting my gut with more things even in my life too, instead of taking too long to decide or going in a room and being like, is this a bad idea, or maybe this is, I just lead with my gut now, because I find that when I feel it, I'm like, yeah, this is it. So
for sure,
I've learned to trust myself a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, following that intuition.
Yeah.
With the part 2 of this album, do you have a favorite lyric on the album?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I have to give credit to maybe Mickey Echo. There's a song called "If You Ever Change Your Mind," and God, that song it says, "If you ever change your mind, don't let me know. Don't say goodbye, just walk out the door. Don't say it's over, don't tell me lies, 'cause it's the only way I'll survive. If you ever change your mind. It's so sad but beautiful. It's like it's a beautiful love song, but like kind of with a tinge of like, ooh, ouch, you know?
Right. It makes you feel that
the first time he sang that chorus to me, I just sobbed. I was like, oh my God, give that to me, please.
Oh my gosh. I'm now regretting that we didn't ask you to sing the entire interview. We should.
I know. I was like, I just got chills, and I was like,
no, it's
we could
really
just let you.
No, I know.
That.
It like renders you speechless almost.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
okay, I don't even know what I was going to ask next, but
I'm talentless. That's how you feel after. I've got nothing in me.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Oh my gosh, no, that is so great, and you have gotten to work with so many amazing artists from so many different genres, which I think is really cool about your sound and your music and everything. Like when you see, you know, people from the pop world and maybe EDM, R&B, like all kind of like all different people that you have worked with in the past. Like, do you kind of feel like you transcend like one sort of genre?
Yeah, I mean, I've fallen in love with music and this instrument, you know. And I think there's so many ways to emphasize emotions. You know, I think certain genres can really emphasize like emotions a little bit more. You know, when I'm feeling in love or like sexy, I want to hear R&B music. You know, but if I'm feeling angry, of course I'm going to metal. You know what I mean? Or if I want to have a blast and, you know, I'm getting hammered and I'm even at the gym or getting hammered at the gym. I'm listening to some hip hop, you know what I mean? And so I think certain things kind of lend their voices more towards certain things. And so I've really fallen in love. One of the things I'm like the most proud of that I've done this year, did last year, but is out now. I actually got a chance to write on the Linkin Park record too that just came out too, and I got a chance to be with them a good bit too, and it was dude, they're the coolest guys.
That's
really awesome.
I got to just see them in Paris too, and Emily's so badass, dude. They're coolest. Like one of my first albums ever owned was Hybrid Theory, and so being able to like write with them and work with them was the coolest thing ever. I just talked to Mike not too long ago. I was like, all right, man, are you guys gonna like feature on the next Steady Swim thing?
Right. You're like, I scratch your back.
I'm trying. I want to get back in that hard rock. You know, I want to get back in rock and roll, man. I miss it, and that's one thing I don't think I've like gotten to scratch that itch again. You know.
Yeah. That's
is there you know, besides them, or is there another artist that you're like, I'm dying to work with them?
Well, you know, of course, like I not in rock, but Adele is like is my number one. Like Adele, I would love to work with, and but in the rock world, you know, I've always been a huge fan of my dear friends in Devil Wears Prada, and so I'm always like, they're, you know, super metalcore, and I grew up on, and so I'm always trying to be like, you know, call me, dude.
Yeah, make it happen.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my God, Adele, that would be just.
I know, she's so beautiful, man. What an angel. I would really, really, really just. I think I've just being this close to her and hearing her sing would just. I would probably be useless. You know, I'd probably just be like, yes, ma'am.
Whatever you say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor.
No, that is so true. I mean, well, we'll manifest that one because that
I think everybody would be just
really.
We would all be blessed.
What the last few years, like, what has touring been like for you? You know, doing shows, getting in front of crowds.
God, it's been a long. You know, we've been on the road nonstop for about 3 years now, and it's just nonstop. I love it. I'm so grateful. We're getting ready to do our first like European arena run too, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Dude, it's so cool. We got background singers now and stuff. And one thing I'm trying to figure out still, I'll tell you guys about. We got this like. We just made it. I've been asking about this for like 2 years. My manager says it's going to be like an insurance shit show, but I'd always
love the sound of it already.
I always wanted to do like a hot dog cannon, you know, like where it's like you can like kind of put like foot long shaboing boings in like a like kind of like a potato gun, you know, but
it's like a t-shirt cannon, but
it's
for
like
hot
World
dogs.
War II musket, you know, and then boom, hit it up and watch that thing. Maybe people try to get on
they
it.
try to catch it.
I really,
those videos would be everywhere.
I'm really looking forward to debuting it. Yeah. I think it'd be hilarious. They're just Shamu the whale out of the.
And that would be like your signature thing. You know, it's like people have that at their shows.
Wouldn't that be? And I actually think you could make it work, because at the end of the day, you could totally turn it into something like people would be like, "Oh, I got hit in the face."
Yeah, Steve Aoki's throwing cakes.
Yes, I was just going to say that was the exact example I was going to use. Well, see, if he could do cakes, you could be like, "Here's Teddy Swim's hot dogs coming at you."
Luke, my manager's argument though is because I was like, people do T-shirts and cakes. He said, "Yeah, but the thing is, like, hot dogs are kind of like eyeball shaped. You know, they're kind of asking for you to make someone blind." And I'm like, "Well, look,
you might have to test it out. Like, have them throw a couple hot dogs at your eyes, see how hard it hurts, and if you,
especially if you let them know, you got to just tell them
like in the air and let it fly.
Who wants to try to catch a hot dog?
Yeah, right. And that's they're
also,
consenting.
is there any vegans in this area? Because I also want to be respectful of that.
Right, very respectful.
You know, and also like you're not going full direct shot. Like, you know, maybe you shoot it up in the air, it gets some air time.
It'll flop, it'll go down
gently. Exactly. It'll fly.
You can hand out you could be like hand out buns. You can have them try and catch the
nice.
dogs, you know?
Yep.
So many different things you could do.
I mean,
hand them a cup of chili. Follow your heart.
Who wants cheese? You got a cheese gun.
You can tell your manager that we said that
Chicks in the office approves.
That this is a great idea.
It's a good idea.
You can make it work for sure.
You performed at Pizza Fest, not this past summer, the summer before.
Yeah.
When you were told that you were opening up for the band at Barstool, were you kind of like, what the hell? I'm the opener.
Dude, it ended up raining so bad that evening too. Oh my gosh! And I mean, we had a blast regardless. It was so much fun, but it was the scariest thing ever after it rained, because I took my first my first ever like private flight. We had to go do somebody's like wedding right after that, and I mean, I thought, you know, you wait your whole life to get on like private flight situation, you know, and be like, this is gonna be so badass. And I mean, it was the tiniest plane in the world, man. It was I swear it's about as big as from here to here to you guys are, you know. And I remember, I don't know if they could see me. I'm gonna just stand up and demonstrate. So I mean, you feel the turbulence on these small planes. So I sat there maybe 3 hours like freaking the fuck out, right? And at one point I'm getting ready to get up and use the toilet, and in the back area, check this out. So there's like right underneath the you kind of have to lift the thing, you know, and I'm sitting here like trying to do this number to take a pee, you know, and my buddies are like, just sit down, bro. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I guess I could.
You could just.
It never occurred to me because I don't sit down when I pee, you know. And I was like, oh, of course you can do that.
So was that the first time you ever sat down and peed?
Well, I mean, you usually pee when you poop, man. I mean, but I guess I just never was like.
And you can
that's
say
like a guy thing,
and you can say
right?
it was on a private plane
when you poop.
Do you not pee when you poop?
No.
Weird.
Well, yeah, not sometimes, but not every time.
No. That's weird. I thought.
I think that's a guy thing. I've had this conversation before.
I thought the rule was it's always a pee-pee time when it's a poo-poo time, but it's not always a poo-poo time when it's a pee-pee time. I've heard that.
It's a 2-in-1 deal. I think it's a guy thing.
Totally.
I think it's a guy thing.
It's, you know,
weird.
Yeah. Everybody's working with we're working with different
right, exactly. We got different things going on.
Yeah, we got different equipment.
Yeah, right.
Exactly, different equipment. But what a story for your first private flight to be like,
I was so terrifying, and it was storming out there. It was so terrifying.
To get to Pizza Fest.
Right. You mentioned you were doing somebody's wedding. Is that something you still do? Like, will you still do weddings?
Yeah, of course. It's definitely a lot more expensive, you know, than it used to. It definitely is. I most of the time when people ask me, I'm like, girl, just buy a house, you know. Like,
one of my favorite. I do like, and I've. There's really only one other person I've actually had the guts to like, and I'm not asking you that, but I'm asking. Like, I have asked. I asked Mount Joy once to be like, all right, guys, you tell me like, what's ballpark? Like, what's the number? And they told me, and I was like, woo, okay, so you guys aren't performing at my wedding.
Right.
Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, and I'm honored for the ones I've done.
It's amazing. It's the coolest thing.
And then you could just like, it's fun. You can hang out and get.
And it's like the couple clearly loves and cares about having you there that much.
Well, yeah, and you know, probably they're already doing your song as their first dance or something anyway.
Totally.
You know? And so it's like I'd be honored to be there and sing it for you. But I've just, you know.
How many do you think you've done?
Oh, man, I have a few, but the last one I had recently did was my sweet friend Dominique Wilkins, and he's a Atlanta Hawks legend, man, one of the best players of all time, and of course I was just like, look, man, if you just pay for my travel, for him I'd do anything, man. Dominique Wilkins is the GOAT. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, so I'll take it you won't be performing at mine, but
I would be honored. I would.
Don't tell her fiance; she'd freak out.
Yeah. But that's really cool that you do that for a friend.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's amazing.
I love to.
Teddy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
This was really awesome. Everybody, you can go and listen to the new album, Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2. When this airs, it'll be out Friday the 24th.
Yep.
Everybody get listening. I know you've released a couple singles here and there from the new album. It sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I just love with Giveon is great. So
so good.
He's dopest, man.
Amazing. So everyone go check that out. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Teddy.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Beat Ria Fran is presented by Way. This is the way to a healthy scalp. Get to the root of your healthy hair goals with Way's scalp care that will get your strands looking stronger, fuller, and healthier. Their hair and body products are made to be effortless and work for you and your routine. So guys, a little glimpse into my routine right now. I head into the shower. I take that anti-dandruff shampoo, really lather it up in there, let it sit for a little bit. It's the winter months, and my scalp, it gets dry, it gets flaky, and this is amazing. Cleans it up, helps with the flakes. Get out of the shower. Use the scalp serum. I have it in my hand right now. It's in the box. But you take the little, what is it? A pipette? When they a little pipe. I don't know if that's the right word for it. But you put it into your hair. The scalp serum is amazing. Feels great after you wash your hair. Kind of just massage it into your scalp. Great for scalp care. And then finish it off before blow dry with a little Way leave-in conditioner. Love this stuff. Holy grail product. Been using it forever. So the way to a healthy scalp starts here. Go to theway.com, THEOUAI.com, and use code CHICKS for 15% off any product. That's THEOUAI.com, code CHICKS.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria Fran. This is game 158, and we are joined by Paige and Katelyn. They were at our Columbus show, one of our favorite shows that we've ever done. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hi, thank you.
And thank you guys for answering the last minute Noah bat signal.
Yes.
Because,
I sent it out to a lot of people, and you guys were the only one who answered the call.
We were scrambling there for a second, so we appreciate you guys.
We do appreciate you guys.
Got your back.
Thank you.
Shout out Paige and Katelyn.
Thank you very much. And you guys are sisters, you said, right?
Yes.
Who's older?
Me, Katelyn.
Okay, got it. I just need to know who I connect with on the older sister energy.
Younger sister.
Oh, yeah, I'm the Fran and she's the Ria.
Exactly.
Sure, so 100%.
All right, so it's 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Whoever is the closest will get to go first. Everyone gets their own individual guess, and we will alternate between teams for guesses. So, Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is the original American Pie. The first American Pie.
American Pie 1, okay. All right, so one of you ladies throw out a guess first.
You want to go, Paige? 42.
I'm going to go 63.
I was going to say 67.
Okay. Maybe I'll go low. Maybe they hated it. Maybe critics hate American Pie.
Really? They made like 7 of them.
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to go 31.
Ria was one off at 62.
Oh, there you go.
Yay!
Dang.
62.
Pretty high score. I would have thought it was lower.
That
sounds
seems like
about
an
right.
appropriate score.
That sounds about
like,
right.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
Okay, question number 1 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Lindsay from Pittsburgh. In Friends, Joey is hospitalized when Phoebe is giving birth. What is wrong with him?
He has kidney stone.
Perfect.
Kidney stone.
Lock it in.
Correct.
Did we not have that question before?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh.
All right, 1-0 Ria Fran. Question number 2 to Paige and Katelyn. Shout out Kate from Charleston. What actress plays Samantha in the live-action American Girl doll movie Samantha and American Girl Holiday?
Oh gosh.
Does Olivia Rodrigo play Old American Girls? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be too far too long ago for her.
Or
like Selena Gomez or something.
No, they're not that old. So, what do you want to say?
I guess we can go with your guess. That's fine.
3 seconds.
That's all I've got.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Incorrect to Ria Fran.
I don't remember. And I was a Samantha girl. I had Samantha. Did Anna Sophia Robb play Kit?
That's when he said the question in my head, I was like, Anna Sophia Robb, but that's not, that's not
That's not the
Samantha.
question.
I also thought it was Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know why.
I don't remember Samantha in the
10 seconds.
in her movie.
I
got nothing.
I don't know.
It's Anna Sophia Robb.
Oh, what?
Anna Sophia Robb plays Samantha.
She plays Samantha.
Samantha?
Yeah.
What?
Is it just because she's blonde that we thought she played Kit?
Oh,
Kit Ridge was Abigail Breslin.
Oh. Anna Sophia Robb played Samantha?
Yeah, she wore a brunette wig in her role as Samantha. Damn, we should have just said Anna Sophia Robb. I would have died on the cross that she played Kit.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Olivia Rodrigo thing. She was like...
She played American Girls at one point, though, right? I'm not crazy.
Was she Molly?
She played Grace.
Oh.
Okay.
So she was an American Girl doll.
Yeah. So we were all basically very close.
Dang it.
Damn. Okay.
Shit.
Okay, still 1-0.
How'd she get that role?
I know, she's blonde.
Still 1-0 Ria Fran. This is question number 3 to them. Shout out Sarah from Louisville, Kentucky. Which Bachelorette season did Mike Johnson make his first appearance as a contestant before later going on Bachelor in Paradise?
It's us?
Was Mike on Hannah's season?
I think it's Hannah Brown.
I think so too. Hannah Brown. Final answer.
Correct.
Wonder what he's up to these days.
Yeah.
Back when The Bachelorette was
Yeah.
That was
fire.
the prime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who did he shoot his shot with?
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato, yeah. 2-0 Ria Fran. Question number 4 to Paige and Katelyn. Shout out Samantha and Taylor from Arlington, Virginia. In the alternate universe episode of Grey's Anatomy in season 8, Meredith is engaged to which doctor instead of Derek?
Man, damn Rotten Tomatoes score. You get the wrong end of the question. Yeah.
Wrong flip of the coin.
Yep.
Do you know any other of the doctors' names?
I know George, but I know he dies really early. So I don't think it's him.
Too bad we can't phone a friend. Our mother would know.
Yeah, she would.
10 seconds.
I really don't know any of the other doctors' names.
Mm-mm.
I guess George.
Incorrect. It's Ria Fran.
Is it Karev? That's just my guess. That was
I
my.
never
that
made
was
it
like
that far.
That was like the first.
We can go. Yeah, let's go with
okay.
that. Sure.
Alex Karev. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
3-0 Ria Fran. Question number 5 to Ria Fran. Shout out Mackenzie from Rochester, New Hampshire. What are the first 4 words spoken by narrator Carrie in the first episode of Sex and the City?
No clue.
And just like that.
Is it?
And just like that.
For the first words in Sex and the City?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
And just like that.
Incorrect.
Do you know, Katie?
No, I've never watched Sex in the City.
Welcome to the city. Sex in the City. Would that be too easy?
Or, and there she was. And there she was. It's kind of like what Ria said, but
Pop off, girl.
5 seconds.
And there she was.
Incorrect. Once Upon a Time.
Oh. Guess we could have just gone traditional.
Freaking fairy tale book.
Yeah, guess we could have gone with the old Once Upon a Time story.
Okay, 3-0, Ria and Fran. And this is question number 6 to Paige and Katelyn. Shout out Sarah from Louisville, Kentucky. In SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick and SpongeBob raise a baby sea scallop together. What do they name their baby?
You think?
Oh my god, we love SpongeBob so much. It's like...
Yeah, I can see it in my head.
Maybe sea scallop.
15 seconds.
It's not like Junior or...
Oh, it might be something like that.
5 seconds.
Just...
It's like...
Just Junior?
Time
or
is up.
Just
Junior?
Final answer is...
Yeah.
Junior.
Correct.
I was gonna say.
Nice.
Good pull.
Got there.
I was not there, but when she said that, I was like, oh, that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So smart, sissy.
Yeah.
We're on the board. That's all that counts.
All right, 3-1, Ria and Fran, and this question is to them. Shout out Brittany from Americus, Georgia. Name this Disney Channel show based on the description. A 7th grade misfit struggles to fit in at school in his seemingly perfect family. He infuriates his overachieving older sister and is frequently involved in disastrous escapades.
7th grade. Oh, Even Stevens?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Even Steven?
Yeah.
Is it Even Steven or Even Stevens? Even Steven.
But isn't their last name Stevens?
Even Stevens?
Ren Stevens?
10 seconds.
Or is it Ren
Even
Stevens?
Stevens.
Yeah.
Even Stevens.
Yeah.
Correct. I think I would have given it to you either way.
Yeah, I feel like, if you
That just,
I was being picky with that.
That just actually broke my brain
No,
for
same.
a
It's
second.
like, you know, but then you're like, wait, do I know that?
Yeah.
Okay, 4-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 8 to Paige and Katelyn. Shout out Libby from Lafayette, Louisiana. Name the year these shows premiered. Danny Phantom, The Backyardigans, Unfabulous.
Unfabulous.
I'm thinking like 2006, 2005. Backyardigans. It was definitely, or 2004, somewhere between 2004 and 2006. 2006 was
15 seconds.
I would have been 10.
Number 6.
What were you gonna say?
Whatever 05, 06, one of those.
5 seconds.
Let's go 05.
Incorrect to Ria and
Is
Fran.
it 04?
I would maybe go 4 because I feel like Emma Roberts was like like 12, 13 when she did that, and she's a little bit older than I am, so I would have been 10.
Yeah, I think
Let's go 04.
Yeah, 2004.
Correct.
Nice.
All right, 5-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 9 to them. Shout out Matt from Marlboro. What actor has appeared in the following TV shows? Full House, ER, Scream Queens.
John Stamos.
What actress?
Actor.
Oh, actor. Yeah. Right? Seen ER? I've never seen ER.
Yeah, John Stamos.
Correct.
Nice.
Those tropical vibes that you may be missing right now in the middle of the winter, the dead of the winter, can be served to you all year round with Rumhaven. Rumhaven is made with real coconut water and no artificial flavors or preservatives for a clean and refreshing taste. You can't beat the taste of real coconut water. It's delicious, it's clean, and it's refreshing. Rumhaven believes that Mother Nature does it best, and that's because they do. And that's why it's crafted with premium Caribbean rum and real coconut coconut water. We had amazing rum haven all tour long during the fall. Also starting back with Fran's Bachelorette back in April, almost a year ago. Rum haven, I can't wait till my Bachelorette will get some rum haven flowing. Tropical vibes all year long. And you can even enjoy rum haven over ice, or you can make our little fall cocktail. That's still happening. So to get the recipe for a little fall cocktail, now we can do it a little winter cocktail, you can go to rumhaven.com/chicksintheoffice. Whether or not you were able to see us in the fall, you can still join us enjoying a nice glass of rum haven. So go check it out. Go to rumhaven.com/chicksintheoffice to see where you can get a bottle near you.
6-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 10 to Paige and Katelyn. I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from.
You're exactly like your mother. Everything you're complaining about her, you're doing. You're suffocating Henry.
First of all, I love my mother. She was a wonderful mother.
Just repeating what you told me.
Secondly, how dare you compare my mothering to my mother? I may be like my father, but I am not like my mother.
You are!
Do you have any guesses, Katie?
At first I thought it sounded like Jennifer Aniston, but now I'm not too sure.
No, kind of sounds
like who?
Is Emma Chamberlain in any movies? It sounds like her.
Emma Chamberlain. Oh my God.
It's a movie about a girl who hates her mom.
Is there maybe with like Vince
5
Vaughn
seconds.
And just like her mother.
I don't know.
All right, time is up.
Oh, son of a gun.
Okay, Ria and Fran.
It's a Marriage Story.
Fran say?
Scarlett Johansson. That's Scarlett.
Final
Johansson.
answer?
Yeah, Marriage Story. Final answer.
Correct. Okay.
I was like, it's okay. I'll take
Marriage.
it.
It's like they just start yelling.
Yeah,
together.
it's like they fight.
It's a very depressing movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, 7-1.
Very well acted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he win? Or they definitely got nominated, I
They
feel
got
like.
nominated, I think.
Okay, 7-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 11 to them. Shout out Michaela from Newton, Massachusetts. In The Pacifier, Vin Diesel followed Seth when he snuck out of the house, only to find out he was going to rehearsals for the school musical. What was the musical?
Sound of Music.
I like that answer, yeah.
It's The Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
Why do I know that?
That used to be my favorite movie growing up.
It's a great movie.
Or one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, 8-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 12 to Paige and Katelyn. Shout out Eileen from Long Island. Which of Taylor Swift's Taylor's version albums are the following vault songs from? Message in a Bottle, Nothing New, I Bet You Think About Me.
I think it would be. Is it red? I bet you think about me.
That would be what I would guess.
It's either. Yeah, red.
Final answer.
Finally. Yeah.
Correct.
I'm a red girly, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, 8-2, Ria and Fran. And this is question number 13 to them. Shout out Adrian from LA. At the 2024 Oscars, during her acceptance speech for Best Actress for Poor Things, how did Emma Stone say she ripped her dress?
I have no idea.
How many ways are there to say
To
you
rip
ripped
your
your dress? Down the middle? Like
On something? She
Let's
ripped her
rip
dress on something? I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't ringing a bell for me.
15
Me neither.
seconds.
I don't remember this, even though it was literally last year.
Yeah. I didn't know it was like a standout moment of the Oscars.
Yeah. Ripped her dress.
5 seconds.
Falling. Ripped her dress trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Why not?
Ripped her
Time's
dress
up.
trying to go to the bathroom.
Incorrect. Paige and Katelyn.
Did
I was
you
gonna say the bathroom too, but if it's not that, like,
sitting down or breathing? I forget. I remember it happening.
we could say breathing. I feel like that's something she would say is like, or just sitting. I was gonna say sitting down or standing up from her chair. So
She didn't trip, did she?
no, I don't think so.
Fall. Okay.
5 seconds.
What do you want to say?
Sitting down in her chair.
Incorrect. Dancing to the I'm Just Ken performance.
yeah,
Classic.
Yep.
Classic.
Yep.
The Just Ken moment was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
pivotal moment
Right,
of the night.
right.
not-
Yeah. Okay. It is question number 14. This is to Paige and Katelyn, and it's 8-2 Ria and Fran. Shout out Michaela from Newton, Massachusetts again. In She's the Man, the fake Sebastian is trying to teach Duke, Channing Tatum, on how to talk to girls in their dorm room. Sebastian tells Duke to pretend he's a girl and then says, "Ask me anything. Ask me about blank."
Bra size?
Ask me anything. Ask me about. It's not like periods, is it?
Yeah, those are the two that I was thinking too. But I don't think it was periods because then the whole tampon and the nose scene is already there.
Or is
so
it like
10 seconds.
making out or kissing? Whatever. I'm gonna let
3
Vix to see in space. Whatever you think.
Kissing.
Incorrect to Ria and Fran.
Cheese. Ask me about
My favorite scooter.
Ask me about cheese.
Sorry,
Cheese.
I'll show your
Final answer.
Correct.
You're doing trivia.
She says, ask me about cheese.
All right, 9-2. Final question. This is to Ria and Fran. Shout out Adrian from LA again. In Made in Manhattan, what advice does Ray Fiennes give Jennifer Lopez's son to help him beat his nerves when speaking in public?
I haven't seen Made in Manhattan. Made in Manhattan is not a rewatch for me.
Yeah, this is a
Wedding Planner.
monster-in-law.
Monster-in-law. Yeah, Made in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Picture everyone in their underwear.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Incorrect. Paige and Katelyn.
That was going to be my guess too.
You can repeat the question. Sorry.
In Made in Manhattan, what advice does Ray Fiennes give Jennifer Lopez's son to help him beat his nerves when speaking in public?
That wouldn't be the same as like imagine everyone naked, would it?
Yeah, sure.
10 seconds.
Imagine everyone naked.
Incorrect.
Or as babies?
No.
Let's go through all the public speaking.
Playing with a paper clip in his hand, like fidgeting with a paper clip.
Oh.
Never would have got there.
Yeah, no.
Boring.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
Same.
All right. That's it.
Well,
All right.
High scoring game.
Final score, 9-2.
yes.
It was a high scoring
A
game.
lot of questions were answered.
Yes, there were questions answered. Thank you guys so much for playing. You know, the spirit was there.
And once again, you guys are winners for answering this.
Yeah, you had no prep time.
Like under an hour.
Yeah,
so
you had-
very impressive.
Right, no
Thank
prep
you.
time, last minute. You guys crushed it.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
Thanks so
At
much
least I got
fun.
SpongeBob and Taylor Swift question right.
Yeah.
So true to
Defines
myself.
us well.
There you
Right.
go. There you
Thank
go.
you guys so much. When you get a chance,
Thanks.
just send Noah your address and sizes, and we'll get some merch sent to you guys.
Amazing.
Great. Thank you
Thanks,
guys so
guys.
much. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We hope you have an amazing weekend. Go Eagles. We're rooting for you, Fran. We're rooting for the Eagles.
ELGLES. Did you
Go
see that?
Eagles. No.
You know, the I believe it was the mayor of Philadelphia. She straight up was like, "Let's do an Eagles chant," like in a press conference, and said ELGL.
Just spelled the Eagles wrong.
Just spelled Eagles wrong.
Yeah.
Just full blown spelled Eagles wrong.
ELGLAS.
That's just really.
Go.
It was one of the worst. That like, oh my god, yeah. ELGSES. That's how she spelled it.
Let's fucking go. Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Yeah, tell Bradley Cooper and GGAD we say hello. Send my best wishes to them.
Oh my god, a dream.
Yeah, you never know.
Love to look up and wave to them.
Hey, fly Eagles, fly. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.